Welcome to the Samwell B12 experience,
where we have you covered for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, and more. Argos. Make sure to subscribe today.
Hi, I'm Kate Bernass, and you're watching the Samwell B12 experience.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you, Kate. It's the Toronto Argonauts. It's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Here we go. CFL Week 9, the rematch from last week where the Argos picked up their second win of the season, looking to do it again here tonight. This is going to be an epic battle. So welcome in, everybody. Kathleen, good to see you. Ulysses, how's it going? Rob, welcome in, my friend. Welcome to the party. Hello there, Karen. How's it going? Welcome in, Billy. Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us here tonight for some Toronto Argonauts, Winnipeg Blue Bombers CFL action. It's Friday night, so that means it's Friday night football tonight. Not going to sing that ever again. Well, shoot, I'm cheered up now. Rob, I'm glad to hear it. I'm cheered up. I'm fired up. I'm so happy. It has been a long week since we've been here last, and I'm proud that we are back. We are live, and we are set to go. So welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, do all of that social media stuff. Hit those likes, hit those follows, hit those subscribes. Let's go. Dave, the football fan in the house, welcome in. Winnipeg will win. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. Of course, Claris not expected to get the start tonight. He got knocked out in the last game. The Argonauts did pick up a huge win, only their second win of the season. They've been close a couple of times, but close only counts in horseshoes. So the Argonauts 2-5, looking to take down the Bombers, who are 3-3. Of course, the Argos won that game last weekend, and they won in a big way. It was actually quite an exciting game last weekend, and the Argonauts just found a way. 31-17 was the score last weekend, and the Argos able to pull it down and get it going together. That's your place. I feel bad. Rob, that's amazing. That is hysterical. But thank you all for joining us. Holy smokes, this Argos team, they've found a way. They got it going last week. If you missed the game, they found the running game. They were using a ton of receivers. Dallas, what's going on? They were sharing the ball around. Arbuckle was putting it on the turf. He was running. He just found a way, was hitting everybody. In fact, Arbuckle was doing what the Ticats had did to them a couple of weeks prior. A lot of short passes, some runs that would suck the defense in, and then boom, he'd hit those long passes and able to connect. The Bombers just really not able to get it going and pulled around. Baby, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Holy smokes, man, I got to get a new glass prescription, man. I can't see anything. Getting these steps, got to get the steps in. Got to get those steps in, that's for sure. There he is, Nick Arbuckle. Woo-wee. He's going to look to continue a trend now. Well, I guess it's a trend. He did it once. If he does it twice, is that considered a trend? Going for over 300 passing yards. Will that be over? Will it be under? What are the total passing yards going to be? Nick, what's going on? Welcome in. 5 years ago. Really, Nick? 5 years ago. My goodness, how time flies. Talking about the National Hockey League, we do have some National Hockey League news. And the National Hockey League news is for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Nick Robertson going to arbitration this weekend. Hey, Victoria, what's up? Robertson and the Maple Leafs are about $1 million apart. Robertson wants 2.5. The Leafs want to give him 1.5. They're going to go to arbitration, see where that is going to land. So that just came out today. So there is some National Hockey League news. In baseball news, because I know we all want to know what's going on in the world of sport all around, Buck Martinez. It has been announced today. Dan Shulman said Buck Martinez is going to be rejoining the Toronto Blue Jays. So that is great news. Buck Martinez feeling healthy enough. He's going to be able to make his return. That is huge. Great news. And yes, Rob, Brent Burns going to Colorado. Burnsy going to the Avs, which is absolutely wild. Can't believe he's pulling one of those. Greetings from Klinland, a city of Russia nobody knows about. Yeah, I haven't heard about that one either, but welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. You don't like the Argos very much. KTB, why don't you like the Argos? What is it about the Argonauts you don't like? They destroyed Montreal last year. Oh, there you go. All right. So an Alouettes fan here, not happy they took them down. Listen, the greatest thing about the Canadian Football League is anything can happen at any time. Hey, Thomas, what's going on? Welcome in. No, sir, won't be doing that tonight. But Montreal did so bad. Yeah, listen, it's up, it's down, it's all around. The fun thing with the CFL is any given night, things can change, right? Things can turn around. Montreal, they were off to a good start this year, but Hamilton has caught up to them. So this is how the standings look like going into tonight's game. Hamilton, they are 5-2. Montreal, they are 5-2. Toronto is 2-5. Ottawa is 2-6. And of course, Ottawa picking up a win last night over Calgary in a big one, 31-11. How crazy is that? Over in the west side, Saskatchewan top dog there at 6-1. Calgary in second at 5-3. The Bombers at 3-3. BC Lions at 3-5. And the poor Edmonton Elks. Oh my goodness, the poor Elks. 1 win, 5 losses. I don't know what Edmonton has to do. But they've been bad for a while. They got to figure out how to turn that franchise around, turn that team around. Sorry, Edmonton fans. I feel bad for you. Thank you for the follow, KTB. I appreciate it. Yeah, fumbles will be a killer. Fumbles will be an absolute killer. I mean, you got to hang on to that ball, right? Turnovers on downs. It hurts you, and it hurts you bad. So that is what they got to turn around. And I agree, CFL is totally underrated. Canadian Football League is so much fun. It is so different. We're going to get into it a little bit later because I know we'll have a lot of viewers coming in from across the border and from different countries that may not understand all the differences between the CFL and the NFL because there are some pretty significant differences. So we will get into that a little bit into the show this evening. And we are currently sitting at 8:30. They're at the last commercial break. Then this game is going to get underway. A little bit of a later start, about an hour later. We're used to on the East Coast getting the kind of 7:30 games going, but this one is going to get going momentarily. Like a classic car, you have to at least drive around the block a few times. There you go to keep them moving. Rob, I love that. So we go. Are you from Toronto? KTB, I am from the Toronto area. Yes, born and raised all me's life. So always go for the hometown teams. And I tell you, the Argos over the years, they've been tough to watch, but especially the start of this year. But the good thing, and again, we keep talking about all the good things with the Canadian Football League, because there is a small number of teams, all you have to do is find your way into a playoff spot. If you're in the East, it means don't come in last. If you find yourself a playoff spot, things can happen, and that's what makes this league absolutely amazing. So CFL, Argonauts, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Game is about to get going. This should be a fun one. Friday night football, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers looking to seek some revenge over the Argonauts as the Toronto Argonauts took it to them in a big way last week. Of course, that saw a lot of injuries as well. It was a rainy day in Toronto, but now we're set from the Princess Auto Stadium. The cowboy hats are out. This crowd is fired up, and it's going to be the Argos and the Bombers just ready to get going. So let's do it. Saturday morning football. There you go. That's right. Saturday morning football for you. It's going to be an early one, but it's going to be a fun one. Now, one of the things we're looking from the Toronto Argonauts, their defense played a solid game last week. They're going to have to continue to do that. And of course, it all starts from that line. Getting in there, crunching through, able to get sacks, get tackles on, shut down the run game as the Argonauts in the blue helmets and the white jerseys and pants with the blue stripe down the legs, making their way out onto the field as this game is just moments away from kicking off. The defense from the Argonauts has to be absolutely solid, and they do have some big key contributors. Of course, the rookie, whose name I can never pronounce properly, I call him Skywalker, but it's like Swaka. He has been on fire. He has been outstanding. We're going to have to see some good effort from him as the Bombers taking the field with the gold helmets, the blue jerseys, and the blue pants with the gold pinstripe. There they come. The Bombers making the way, the fireworks going off, the pyro behind them. They are on the field, and we are just getting set to kick this one off. How does Streamlabs get a crown? I feel so, Kathleen, that's actually a specific chat feature and not through the labs. And it is the more you chat and the more you engage, it assigns points and it gives you those crowns for the top contributors. It's kind of an interesting feature. It's kind of new, but you guys can battle it all out. I'm not familiar with the CFL. How big is the field? It is huge. It is really, really a nice thing to do. And so I love seeing the size of this field. It's 110 yards, so it's a little bit wider. Midfield is 55-yard marker. It is wider field. I actually don't know the dimensions on the width, but it is a wider field. It's a longer field. The uprights are right in the front. So when you're running into the end zone, you do have to be careful of that post with the upright. So those are some of the field dimensions where it's different. The end zones are also longer. I think the NFL, they're only 10 yards. The CFL, they're 20 yards. So you can get those long passes into the end zones for the big catch. The Canadian Football League balls are bigger. They're thicker and rounder. So it takes up more of your hand to throw. So that's another big thing. The other piece, Nick, one of the big differences between the CFL and NFL games is that there are only 3 downs in the Canadian Football League. In the NFL, there's 4. So you still have to go 10 yards to get a first down, but here you only got 3 opportunities, which really means you only have 2 opportunities, right? You're going to go on first. Your second, you're going to try to hit that 10-yard marker. If you don't, third down, you're probably going to punt it away. Now, we do see some third down gambles if it's 3rd and inches. Later in the game, they'll take, if it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, they'll try and go for it. But those are the major differences between the Canadian Football League and the National Football League. All right, TJ going for those Ticats, or Thomas, sorry, going for those Ticats. Ticats are getting up there. They are now tied with Montreal for that top spot. The Ticats looking real good and real impressive this year as they continue to kind of steamroll opponents, which is absolutely bonkers. I just being where I am, being a Toronto guy, it drives me nuts what the Ticats are doing. It drives me nuts. They're my rivals, my nemesis. But hey, I got to give them credit. They are playing some mighty good football. And for all of you that are new, if you're just tuning in, if you're checking things out for the very first time, I do want to let you know, we welcome everybody here, whether you're a Ticat fan, an Argo fan, a Montreal fan, a Winnipeg fan, everybody is welcome here. Yes. Are we biased towards Toronto when it comes to the CFL? Absolutely. We're an Argonaut fan, but we call the game down the middle. We'll comment on both sides, a good play on each side. We will give props. We will give respect to teams on each side of the aisle because that is what is important. All right, thoughts on Little League? Nick, I actually haven't paid any attention to that. I don't really know much about it. So unfortunately, I can't comment on it because I just don't know enough about the Little League World Series. But you know what I do know a little bit about? Some of the trades the Toronto Blue Jays made as we're getting set for kickoff here. Hey, Major, what's going on? Welcome in. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't drop the link to the full stream in the partial stream. Let me see. Dallas, would you mind dropping the full stream link in the other channel, if you don't mind, and get that done just for folks that are in the vertical and might want to come over to the full, and then I can hopefully pin that. Thank you kindly. Holy smokes. All right, let's get it going. Let's see. Okay, Tiger Cats fan, buddy. Sorry about... I'm not sure, but yeah, no, we're not doing, not going to be doing no giveaways tonight. Not going to be doing any giveaways tonight. We will have giveaways coming up a little bit closer to the start of hockey season when we got all the sports going. We'll get football, we'll have hockey, we'll have baseball, and maybe a little basketball. It's all going to be going on, and we'll have some giveaways at that time. And thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate the kind words. All right, it's a beautiful evening in Winnipeg. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous night, and we are just set. Wow, they're really stretching out this pregame here. They're really stretching this one out. Game was supposed to start at 8:30. CFL usually is pretty prompt. So Chris Strivler, he's going to get the start, only his second start of the season. Of course, as mentioned, Collaros is out. Collaros is not going to be playing tonight. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Go Canucks. Oh, I'm curious to see how those Canucks do this year. It is going to be very, very, very interesting. Yeah, Nick, we're looking at it. We are thinking so. We wanted to do it last year, but they were so bad that I couldn't bring myself to doing it. But this year, they should be much better. So we're definitely, or I shouldn't say definitely, we're thinking about it. We are thinking about it. Coxie is on the bike. He's getting the legs ready. Ryan Dinwiddie, a 48-27 career record as a coach of the Argonauts, wants to get things back in the win column, or I should say keep it going. He's going to be going against former Argonaut veteran Mike O'Shea, who's coaching of the Bombers. This game is underway as the ball is put up. And here come the Bombers. They fumble it right off the opening kick and very quickly able to recover. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Wouldn't that have been something? Wouldn't that have been something if they would have fumbled it on the opening kick? Holy smokes. Wow. I almost couldn't believe my eyes there for a second. All right, let me get this. Get some stats updated here. We'll get this all set. All right, let's go. Bombers going to start it up. Back to snap, fakes the handoff, a quick throw to the line of scrimmage, picking up about 7 yards. Nice little carry. Nice run there. Good job. That's what they got to start doing, right? The Argos defense was so good at defending the run last week. So here they fake the handoff, they bring it around, throw it to the line of scrimmage, and they're able to turn it into a pretty big play there on the opening drive. The Bombers getting things set. Going to be 2nd and 2. So they mark it at the 8. 2nd and 2. Here we go. They fake the handoff again. They did a kind of a double fake there. They're going to run that one up. Oh, I don't think I can pin that through here. All right. Thank you, Dallas, for doing that. I will hop in here and see if we can take care of this really quickly. Perfect. All right. Let's keep it going. They're not going to measure it. They're going to give them the first down. No, they're not. They're going to go for it. Sorry, I thought they were over the line. They're not bringing it out. It's 3rd and 1. So here's a gamble early. 3rd and 1. They're bringing out the short yardage QB to try and run this one over. Just name the most. That's funny. And they're going to push this one over the line. First down, Winnipeg. An easy little run here as they get themselves over. We see a lot of teams do this. They bring in a short yardage quarterback to try and run it over. 3rd and 1. So the 3rd and 1 gamble here is successful as Wilson going to rush that one up the middle to pick up 2 quick yards. So here we go. First down, Bombers. Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it. 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 47. There's the snap. Going to pass it behind the line of scrimmage. Going to pick up about 4 yards. And a hard tackle there. But a nice job. Nice little run. They had to bring it in. They had to wheel it in. They did just that. And they made a big play from it. A nice job by the Argo defense, but we do have a late flag on the play here. Flag on the play. What is this going to be called? They're going to take a look. Parrish in there, Chatfield as well. They're conversing, the officials, having a conversation. Going to the replay center to get confirmation, moving this forward. It's going to be a unnecessary roughness is the call. Referee Justin McInnes makes a call, unnecessary roughness. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty and results in a first down to Winnipeg. So we said it was a hard tackle, and it wasn't even on the tackle. It was behind the play, a little bit of a battle going on. They're going to run this one back up to the line of scrimmage. At the Toronto 44, the Argonauts defense, Chatfield in there standing up tall. Nice job to hold the ball where it is, not allowing Winnipeg to really drive it forward. Hello, Chandler. Unnecessary roughness. Roughness. Love that. So they're going to keep push. 2nd and 10 now. The Argonaut defense, aside from the penalty, they've been playing well. They've really been putting the ball down. Winnipeg hasn't gone to the air for a deep pass. They've gone a couple behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're back to pass. This one across the middle, picking up 5, 6 yards, maybe 7, and a nice tackle here. So again, it's going to be 3rd and a couple. So Winnipeg will probably punt this one away. Toronto should get their first touch of the game. Let's see what the Argonauts can turn around and get doing. Welcome in, by the way, wherever you are coming in from. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you tap those likes, hit those likes for us. And if you're not following or not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do follow along and subscribe for all your Argonauts, Blue Jays, and Maple Leaf action, of course, come the winter time. This is going to be up. They're going for a long field goal, and they hit the upright. They were trying to stretch it. They were going for a long field goal. They had the distance, but the accuracy not on point, and it hits the upright, and they're going to commercial break. Oh, my goodness. Why is my commercial break? My commercial break is not breaking. All right, we'll have to fix that. Get that operational. Do this here real quickly. Unbelievable. What a chance. It hits the upright. That is not something you see all the time. There we go. Commercial break. Now we got our commercial break in progress. That's what we needed to do. No score yet, as this one is just getting going. Let's fix this up here real quickly. Or maybe don't fix it. There we go. There we go. We'll get our stats in order here, get everything in order. We're good to go. So welcome in. Commercial break. Argonauts, Winnipeg. A rematch from last week. You know, Nick, both the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays, for that matter, all need to get something going. They all need to get back on track. Of course, the Blue Jays were off to one heck of a run, right? They were just pounding the ball. They were doing great. Of course, they had a number of losses there. That wasn't so good. The Yankees and the Red Sox need to find a way of picking up some ground, catching some ground. So they're going to make some moves to try and do that, try and get in there. I like the moves the Blue Jays made. The Blue Jays getting some good pitching in. Hopefully, Bieber will be able to return to fine form and play really, really solid for them. But it's going to be a race. The next couple months, August, September, and October, are going to be a real race down the stretch. And quite frankly, I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. I know the Jays already have the tiebreak over the Yankees, but it is going to be special. All right, coming back from commercial break. Let's go. Nick Arbuckle at the helm, going to lead the boatman. What is he going to do? Is he going to pass? Is he going to run? What is this play call going to be? First play is going to be a handoff. I'm going to be putting it up the middle. Nice little run here to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. That's what you got to do. Just start pounding the ball on the turf, because that will open up the rest of the game for you. LeBourne just getting in there, picking up 4 yards. Nice little starting rush. We saw McMahon doing a ton of rushing in the last game. McMahon was awesome. LeBourne didn't have a great last game, but hey, every player contributes. Everybody gets in here and makes a difference. Let's see what they go again. 2nd and 6. Argos looking back to pass. There's motion. Everyone's going forward. Arbuckle steps back. He's got time. Looking deep. Pocket collapses around him, and he's sack-a-lack-a-lacked. Oh no! Arbuckle had a moment. He stepped up. He was looking for the deep pass. The pocket just collapsed around him, and the Bombers take him down. Oh no. Bad news here for Arbuckle. And the Argonauts very quickly find themselves in a 3rd and 8 situation. That sack loss of 2 yards. It's going to be a 2 and out for the Argonauts. Thank you, Jacob, for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh no. Haggerty's going to have to come in to kick this one around. Good golly, Miss Molly. Toronto, you can't start a game like that. I know what they were trying to do. Putting this back on the reception off the kick and going to step out of bounds. Rob, you're funny, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Wow. They're going to take another little break here. As they switch it up, no Zach Collaris. No Collaris tonight. Streveler is getting the ball. And whew. Oh, that first run, I thought, you know what? That's going to do it. The Argos on that first run, that's going to be all the difference. That's going to make it. They're going to find it, and they're going to drive it from there. And, oh, they just collapsed very quickly. I thought they were going. And you know what? That's what it takes. Struggles QB. Yeah, John, how's it going? Welcome in, by the way. Welcome in. That was, listen, good play from the Winnipeg D, right? They recognized, they were pushing. This is exactly what we talked about in the pregame, except we kind of said the Argonauts need to do that. They came in and they were pressing. They were pushing, and they did not give up. Arbuckle had that time originally in that pocket, right? He made the move. He was looking downfield, and all of a sudden everybody kind of got through at the same time and really pushed that one home. Her husband, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Man, Bombers coming out with a good start. They were able to get a little bit of a rush. They went for that field goal, hit the upright. The Argonauts come in, and boy, oh boy, a good first play. We like that run. Toronto Maple Leaf fan, thank you so much. We like that first run, but they just couldn't turn anything. That 2nd and 6, dreadful. Got to release that ball. Thought he had all the time in the world, and then bang, just got popped. So we're right back at it. And it's going to be the Bombers now. Winnipeg is going to get their opportunity to get right back in here. Chris Streveler, in week 8 versus Toronto, it was 11 for 18, 148 yards, 1 TD, 16 rush yards. Didn't play the full game. Of course, he came in midway. Blair started and then left at the half. So Streveler came with a good half, just couldn't get the comeback going as Toronto was too big there. 189 days to the Olympics. Countdown started at 8:50. Dallas, that's so wild. Here's the Bombers back to snap. Pass is going to be blocked. It's intercepted. Here go the Argos. 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Argos. Oh, boy. The Argonauts with a huge TD. Why did my TD button not work? Why did my TD button not work? Let's try this again, shall we? The TD button doesn't want to work. TD. Play my TD. Play it. There we go. Oh! Touchdown! Argonauts getting in there. The Argonauts with a pick six. Joshua, what's going on? Welcome in. Pick 6. And the extra point is good. 7-0 Toronto. That was huge. After a bad play with their first ball possession, it's the defense with the tip pass. You come in with your hands up, baby, hands up. Get that tip, knocking it down, and the wherewithal to tip it, make that catch, and run this one in. Good job. Boom. Catches it off the left hand scooped up and ran it all the way back. Massive play here by the Argonauts to get on the scoreboard early. The football gods are with them here today. Wow. That is something you need to have. Unbelievable. Cameron Judge picks it up, goes 47 yards. The judge, jury, and executioner. Let's go. There it is, Toronto Maple Leaf fan. You were at the last game. Did you have a good time? I do remember that name. Did you have a good time? It was a great game. Hey, B. Disney, what's going on? Welcome in. There it is. Argonauts are up. Going to put this one in play, trying to kick it for the corner, trying to limit the run back. It's picked up at the Winnipeg 20, up to the 30, cutting back to the middle, the 40. Oh, big block. He's going to go. He's going to go to midfield, beyond 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Winnipeg. Bombers going to run this one all the way back, Jack. Oh, my goodness. And the Bombers now on the board with a TD of their own. Are you kidding me? What just happened? What just happened? I'm in shock right now. I'm in shock right now. I'm in so much shock that my TD button didn't want to work again.
Touchdown!
Hey, again, Major Walker. What a play. The extra point is up, and we're tied 7 apiece. What a play. What a game. The Argonauts with a pick 6 to go up 7-0. And then a run back, a kickoff run back, ties it up. Oh, my goodness. If you missed that, it was Cameron Judge who got the ball, ran it in for the Argonauts, and then the kick return, Treva Vale, 93 yards. 93 yards for the return. Wild. Absolutely wild. I was not expecting that. The Argonauts with a hot start, and then boom, Winnipeg says, anything you can do, we can do better. And they did. The kick return, that was spectacular. Glenn, what's going on? That name does not sound familiar to me, Glenn. It does not ring a bell. I can't believe it. Wow. What a first quarter of football here. Week 9 is shaping up to be a banger. That was massive. Absolutely loved to see that one. So we're all tied 7-7. The Argonauts had a good start. Winnipeg getting there too. What a go. Man, holy smokes. Stefan, what's going on? Welcome in. What a weekend some. Hope you're doing well, buddy. House is finally up for sale. There you go. Luke, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. If you're not following along, make sure be like Luke, hit that follow, hit that subscribe, be part of our community. Make sure you're hitting those likes as well. We appreciate it. Wow, I'm still in shock right now. I am still in shock. I cannot believe. Back and forth, TDs going back and forth. Absolutely incredible. My goodness. All right, let's go. Let's bring this one back. Let's bring this one back. I'm still like, my mind is blown right now. I just can't believe how quickly a kick return for a touchdown. Love seeing a kick return for a touchdown. One of the most exciting plays. All right, the Bombers going to kick this one off. Is Jerry and Grant going to return this one now? Can we go back-to-back kick returns? Here comes Grant. He eludes one hit. He's going to go. He's down the sideline. Finally, he gets wrapped up. And we got a flag on the play. Flag on the play. We'll see what this call is. That would have been something if Jerry and Grant would have run it and we had back-to-back kick returns. That would have been something exceptional, but not to be the case. Wow. This is why we like CFL football. Mike O'Shea's controlling some of the emotions over there on the Winnipeg sideline, saying, all right, guys, we got excited. We got hyped. The kick return. Let's play some defense now. Let's stop these Argonauts. Let's turn the ball. Let's get them to turn the ball over yet again. So Arbuckle going to get the job done. Going to see what he can do. Argonauts, it's on the Argos. So this comes all the way back to the Argonauts 10-yard line. Argonauts have a lot of field to cover right now. Back to Arbuckle. Quick pass up to the line of scrimmage. They run it up and picking up about 4 yards, maybe 5, depending on where they get the spot. As that's going to be Meidel, I believe, down a little sideline play. Interesting. I mean, the Argonauts do need to make those short yardage tosses to try and open them up, but right now they're not getting the yards after receiving. They're not getting that yards after catch. And that when you do those short yardage plays, that's what you're hoping. If you throw it kind of towards the sideline along the line of scrimmage, you're hoping for the reception and the run. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Toronto 14. There's motion, flag. Argonauts going to throw this behind, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Passing Mahan, and he could not pull that in. It was behind him. So that's going to drop incomplete. But we'll see what this flag is going to be. Argonauts looked offside. Hey, Theo, what's going on? Welcome in. Oh, not a good start for my Argonauts here. We're waiting to see what the flag on the play is going to be. Unreal. Is that Jordan Younger on the Bombers bench? What's the call, ref? It is offside Argonauts. That penalty is declined. So now the Argonauts, it's going to be 3rd and 5. They're not going to risk this from their own 14. So they're going to be forced to punt this one away. Winnipeg is going to end up with tremendous field possession here. Lejeune, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. So the Argonauts need to get some good hang time here. Let's see what Haggerty can do. Haggerty has been known to kick over 60 yards. Here's the kick. This is going to be over midfield, received at the Bomber 50 and stepped out of bounds about midfield at the 55. So Winnipeg going to take over with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. They're going to have tremendous field position. Things just going from bad to worse here for the Argonauts. How about them Ticats? Joshua, those Ticats are looking mighty fierce. They are looking so good, so scary. Man, they're tied for top spot now, tied with Montreal for top spot in the East. And they're not done. They are not done. Hey, Mega, what's going on? Welcome in. Winnipeg, back to snap. Going to hand this one off, running it up the middle, picking up about 3 yards. Good stop here by the Argos defense. That's what they needed to do. Get in there and stop the ball. Do you think the Devils will be a wild card team this season? You know, Nick, I think it's going to totally depend on the health of Jack Hughes. Devils are going to be a good team. We know Jack obviously was a little banged up. If he can stay healthy and Luke, you know, health is going to be a big factor for them. Yes, I think they certainly can be, but health is going to be a factor for them for sure. Bombers off the snapback, running into trouble. Look out. Saka-laka-laka-laka-laka. The Argonauts stepping in. Parrish is going to get taken down. Casey breaks through. Casey gets through the line, wraps up the QB, takes him down. Nice job here. The Argonauts get a sack just like Winnipeg did a couple downs ago. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 for Winnipeg. Winnipeg effectively squanders a great opportunity with fantastic field position. So they're going to kick this one away. The Argonauts are going to have to start again deep in their own zone, but at least they're going to get another chance. This is going to go up. It's going to go back to the corner at the 10-yard line. Grant receives, Stutter step. He's cutting towards midfield. He gets popped real good. Shakes off a hit. Oh boy, Jerry and Grant is going. There's a block. He gets spun around now, taken down about the 42. And we got a review. Flag on the play and a review. We got a flag. What is this flag going to be? Wow. Big return there by Jerry and Grant. And let's see what this is going to be. As they're going to go to commercial break. When they return, we'll see what that flag is going to be. Pick 6 and a kickoff return. Major, isn't it so crazy? So crazy. Yeah, we got a couple flags early here, Stefan. A couple early. But we'll see. Hopefully this one goes in the Argonauts' favor, unlike the last one. Because they need to get going. They got to keep it rolling. Right? Keep this one rolling. The Argos got to get some good bounces for the offense. Defense has been looking solid. Defense looking real good. Now we got to get that offense to start following up and playing just as well. Right? Just as well. But defense can spark your offense. Good defensive plays can spark a good offensive team. So we'll see what this is going to be. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for watching along. It's Friday. Friday Night Football. CFL, it's a staple. So we are happy to have you along for the ride. And thank you for joining us. Let's see, what's the call going to be? What are we going to get? Are they even going to tell us? What's the flag? Hey, Danny, what's going on? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good week, a good evening. I certainly have. It's been a whirlwind of a week, but nice to be back. We're still waiting here for what the flag is. And this game started with some bobbles, right? It started with some butterfingers on both sides. And then we've had some big returns, some big runs. What we haven't had yet is any big explosive passes. It's been a running game. It's been a special teams and a defensive game so far here in the first quarter. So let's see. You can tell us what that flag was? It's on the Toronto 8, so they bring it all the way back. Oh, no. So they never told us what the flag was, but they bring it all the way back from the Toronto 40 to the Toronto 8-yard line. So there must have been an illegal hit in the backfield or something to bring this one all the way back. First pass here to Coxie. Doesn't pick up much. Illegal block. Yes, so it was an illegal block. And that comes all the way, brings it all the way back. So Toronto now 2nd and 1 at their own 17. Argonauts need to squeak this one over the line. It was a pirate flag. That's funny. So we're getting set here. We're ready to rock. Arbuckle, they're not going to run this. Now they hand it off. Look out. What a terrible play call. They do not get it. Horrible play call. McMahon can't get this one back. He just gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Can't get it past for the 1 yard for the first down. Why would they go from a shotgun formation to hand this one to the back about 6, 7, almost 10 yards behind the first down marker? I mean, they should have just lined up and squeaked that one through. Horrible play call. And this is what we've seen from the Argos in the first half of the season. Terrible play calls. It's now 3rd and 1 from the Toronto 17. Oh my goodness. Landon, how's it going? I am an Argos fan. Yes, indeedy. All my life, born and raised. Newfoundland needs a team. The Newfoundland Screechers. Stefan, thank you so much for the super. $13.99. Appreciate you, buddy. The Newfoundland Screechers. I love it. That's awesome. Argonauts going to kick this one away. They're not even going to risk it to try and bring that one over. So a horrible series here from the Argonauts from a play calling standpoint. Winnipeg spinning away from a tackle, then going to run out of bounds. That's going to do it. The first quarter has come to an end. And hopefully the Argos can get some better calls. They practice in your city. Are you out in, they still out in Mississauga? They used to practice out in Mississauga when I was doing some work with the team. Oh my goodness. Oh, no, sorry. It was 3-minute warning. 3-minute warning, not end of the first quarter. Shame on me, Sam. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. That was the 3-minute warning. Setting it up, back to pass, going to fake the handoff. Bombers rolling to the right. Here's a long pass. First down, still up, getting knocked back. And Bratton going to take him down. So first down, Winnipeg, as they're going to continue to move these chains and work their way down the field. Thank you for the follow, Landon. I appreciate that. They practice in Guelph now. Thank you, Landon. Yeah, they used to practice over at the University of Toronto, Mississauga campus. Was okay. The facilities weren't spectacular there, but it was a nice field. Guelph's a long way for them to go. Winnipeg. Direct snap, going to run this one. Big yardage up to the 40, the 35, the 30, and finally thrown out of bounds. Huge play here by Winnipeg, and they pick up some more yards. Wow. You got to meet all the players. Nice. The CFL players are so awesome. There's so many really, really good people, and they really are a community team. They do some great, great work. So that's awesome. I hope you had a great time being out there and meeting them. The Winnipeg continues to move the chains. They're really working this one down now. 1st and 10 from the Toronto 29. Going to run this one again. They're going to run it up the middle. Little QB run and pull down and picked up some yardage. They're definitely within field goal range. So should the Argos D get a couple of stops, Winnipeg should be able to get some points on the board here. But they got lots of time. 1:20 left to go. We got an Argonaut player down on one knee. What looks like an injured finger. It's Judge down on a knee. Jam that finger in there real good. They're gonna sort those fingers out. The drive is now at the Toronto 22-yard line. Interception. Danny's calling the interception. Will we see it happen? 91 of the Argos gave me the gloves and he signed. Oh, Landon, that's awesome. You know what's funny? Those receiver gloves, the gloves they wear, they don't feel overly sticky, but they're just like that, like rubbery. But when you go to grab a ball with it, it's like Velcro. Just sticks right on there. Hey, Jake, welcome in. Yes, that's correct. 2-5. It's been a bad start this year for the Argonauts. They did beat Winnipeg last weekend for their second win of the year, hoping to do it again here today. JDA, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Cutting the grass. Hey, got to do the chores. Got to get those chores done. Hey, Beverly, welcome in. And we got another kind of flags on the play here. Argonauts are pointing over in the Winnipeg direction. So 3 flags all up in the air there. They're on the same hand. Nice. So what are they going to call this? Offside or encroachment? Who's it going to be on? Argonauts have taken a lot of penalties so far in this game. Too many penalties. They're having a little conversation. They did. They won the Grey Cup. That's correct. Offside Toronto. Another penalty here for the Argonauts. Going to move them back. It's going to... Yikes. Not good here at all. My goodness. 5 penalties for the Argonauts in this first quarter. That's atrocious. 5 penalties for a lot of yardage. A lot of yardage. So up to the Toronto 17. Winnipeg going to hand it off, trying to run it up the middle, getting some coverage all the way to the first down marker. I think about a yard short. But another big run here is Winnipeg continuing to work across the field. Not Toronto's year. No, not this year, Jake. But all they have to do, and the good thing with the Canadian Football League, all they have to do is get in the playoffs. You just don't want to finish last. There's the Pickle Man. Love the Pickle Man. You just don't want to finish last. And there we go. Touchdown, Bombers. Oh. The Bombers going to run this one in with 23 seconds to go in the quarter. They're going to take a lead. Hey, Mr. Mike, what's going on? Destroy the Elks. The poor Elks. The poor Elks. Oh my goodness. A little right off the hop, right off the snap. Quarterback is going to run this one in. And Stredler with a nice little run, just covered up that ball, put his hand down, and ran that one straight on through. Here's the extra point. It's up. It's good. Oh, man, is that just frustrating or what? It is very frustrating. Let's go. We got to add, what do we have to add here? I think this one. There we go. Get our alerts up here. Little Chuck Norris coming on. Chucky, gotta love Chucky. Oh my goodness. 14-7 Winnipeg now goes out in front with the lead. It was a nice run, but they were mixing it up on this drive, running the ball, throwing the ball, quarterback getting involved. So good job here. Defense kind of falling apart right now. They were guessing wrong. And again, I think here's again some bad play calling. Just couldn't get it done. Hey, Jack, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. But a good drive here. A good drive for the Bombers. 14 seconds to go in the quarter. Hey, can we get a Toronto kick return to tie it up? Remember when the Argos scored first, Winnipeg then had a kick return to tie it. Now that Winnipeg has scored, can Toronto get a kick return for them to tie it? Let's see. Here comes that kick. Straight on. It's in the air. They're kicking this far right. This is going to hop out of bounds. So flag on the play. So illegal kickoff as that's out of bounds. So it'll move up a lot. Argonauts will get some good field position. Bombers will win more than 30 points. Like more than a 30-point spread, or they're just going to pass 30 points overall. 30-point spread would be crazy. Yeah, that would be a big win. The Argonauts, they have to get their penalties in control because you can't play the rest of the game taking as many penalties as they did right now. Oh my goodness, JDA, that's brutal. That's brutal. And I was watching the beginning of the game. It looked like a decent start. I know Vladdy opened it up with a homer. I guess they just collapsed after that. Yeah, Joshua, I didn't really watch that much, to be honest with you. After halftime, they'll win. Here's a long pass, Tron for the one-handed catch. Deflected out of bounds, but we got another flag thrown here. Let's see what this flag is going to be now. We're waiting. Holding on the Argonauts. I don't know what this signal is. Hey, Austin, how's it going? No, I don't think it was a fluke. All right, oh my goodness. As they're announcing the penalty, they go to commercial break. It is holding, so that's going to back things up. Hey, Guy, how's it going? Welcome in. But no, Austin, listen, with any sport, you're going to go on streaks. You're going to win a bunch. You're going to lose a bunch. You just hope your losing streaks are not as many as your winning streaks. So I don't think it was a fluke. The Blue Jays were playing really good baseball for that stretch. Yes, they've had a rough patch. They have not been playing great as of late, but they'll turn it back around. Pitching has been a real problem. And I think with the moves they've made, they've now answered some of those pitching woes. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Welcome in. September 20th, 3 o'clock, Ottawa, stadium at TD Place, Ottawa versus the Bombers. Oh, you're looking forward to September already. We just started August. We can't be counting down to September. I'm not ready to go that far ahead. J-Rock, what's going on? Welcome in. I think it puts Toronto in a better position for. I do. J-Rock, I apologize. I didn't see your comments till just now. Yeah, I like the Bieber signing. It's risky. Right? He's still rehabbing in his rehab starts, but I think he will be good. I think the moves they made will help them in the long run. What happened? How are they losing? So Toronto scored the first touchdown Winnipeg ran the ball back on the immediate kickoff that followed to score a touchdown, which tied it up. They were then going back and forth, some bad plays on both sides, but the Bombers put a nice drive together, and penalties really killed Toronto there. 6 first downs for the Bombers, 30 passing yards, 50 rushing yards. Toronto, 14 passing yards, 5 rushing yards, no first downs. Toronto has not had a good first quarter. They only had the ball for about 6 minutes, which is really bad. Really bad. 6 penalties, a couple of major penalties for the Argonauts in that first quarter. Like 19 total yards is absolutely ridiculous. Part of it, not only are they not getting some good plays done, but they're making some bad play calls, some real bad play calls. So hopefully this will second quarter will be a different story and they'll turn this one around. JDA, is it your treat? 65 days and counting. All right, Argonauts going to start this quarter with the ball, 1st and 20 as they're forced back from, again, a terrible play call. There's a face mask. Where's the flag there, officials? So again, a short yardage pass. You are 1st and 20 and you go for a line of scrimmage pass. A nice catch by Coxie, but a face mask there goes undetected by the officials. Yikes. Not good. Would also like to go on a cruise. Stefan, JDA's treating everybody. It's going to be a party cruise. Or the trouble cruise, one way or the other. All right, let's go. 2nd and 14. Come on, Arbuckle. You need a big pass here. He's back. He's looking. Here's a big shot. Over the middle. That's tipped and knocked down. Going for Meidel. That's what you should have done on the first down try. So again, I like going deep, but you throw to a guy who's in like triple coverage. Meidel going to run this one up. He gets open, but then he's got double coverage, double coverage he's in. So don't like these looks from Arbuckle. Don't like these play calls. And the Argonauts, again, now 3rd and 14, they're going to have to kick this one away. So Haggerty is back. I would change QBs. Yeah, and that was almost blocked. You know what, Joshua, I think I'm there with you. Ball is going to bounce around. It's picked up. Winnipeg taken down at their own 10-yard line. So finally, things are a little different now. It's going to be a long field here. A long field to move this one ahead. So Winnipeg will continue to drive. Luke, I wish I could, my friend. I wish I could. So they're going to have to work the field. The Argonauts defense is going to have to step up and play big. And the defense has been okay. It's the offense for the Argonauts that has really struggled here. So maybe the Argonauts will turn things around. Hopefully. Will they? Or will they not? Hang on. 1 second. Can't do that. Okay, so we're going to go here. Can I not do anything here? What? That's weird. Beverly coming in with the 5 spot. Thank you, Beverly. Very happy to be here. I'll probably fall asleep, though. That's okay, Beverly. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's go. Let's go, Argonauts. Let's go. Whoop. We got so many noises, so many things happening all at the same time. Here we go. Bombers going to run this one up. Argos defense, they missed a tackle. Second tackle comes through. They prevent the first down. Good, solid defense there. That's what the Argos needed to do, and they came up with a big play. Big play there. That is what the defense has to do. Are they going to go for it now? Are they going to try and push this one over? 3rd and inches. Are they going to go for it and risk the turnover? It's on the Winnipeg 20. They are. They're going to go for the short yardage play. This is where it gets interested. Our offense needs to play for one, right, Cash? Here we go. Bombers 3rd and short. They get this, no problem. Not even close. First down, Winnipeg. There's some pushing and shoving under the pile there. Pushing and shoving. Come on, boys. Thank you, Cash. I appreciate the follow. Got to turn this one around. We got to get this one going. Bombers right now, Winnipeg just looking so dominant. They're making some good plays, and that's the difference in this game right now is the play calling. Mike O'Shea and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are calling good plays. They're going to run this one, a little flip play, going to run it, picking up about 5 and driven back a couple. So we're going to see where this spot is, but McFadden with a nice play. McFadden coming out, that was huge. Got to get somewhere to stop. When they get running, when the legs get pumping, you got to find a way of holding them back. This does not feel like, right? It does not. They're playing much, much better. And I was thinking with Caleros out, I'm thinking they're primed for the picking again, right? All right, Urises, you take care, my friend. Back to pass, first down, Winnipeg, in about 4 or 5 after the catch. So again, a nice job here. These short passes, the Argonauts crux. They're coming down low, expecting the run, then the pass comes into some open territory, and it's taken a couple of steps to get up on the guy. And when you miss that first tackle, it hurts. It's painful. When you miss that first tackle. Let's see if they can turn this one around now. Get this one back in order. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. This over the line, Winnipeg, just up to the line of scrimmage and over. So there's a good stop. That's what we need, stops, right? It's all about the stops. Get some stops and then start pushing the ball. Stops and push, stops and push. Lots of time left. Argonauts are only down by a TD, but they got to get the ball back and they got to get some yardage. So the Argonauts did a good job last week. Right now, I don't fault the defense at all. The offense has been non-existent. So let's see if the Argonauts offense can get going, but they can't until they get the ball back. And right now, Winnipeg 2nd and 8, clock 2-1. They get it off just in time. Looking deep. Here comes the Argonauts trying to collapse. They do, and it's a takedown. The Argonauts with a sack, and that's going to end the Winnipeg drive, as they're going to have to punt this one away. Huge sack by the Argonauts. I believe the second of the evening. Finally. Let's take that sack-a-lack-a-lack. Let's use that momentum. Let's use that momentum and turn this one around. They're going to wait and kick this one off. Huge. Back to snap. This one is going to be kicked off. All the way down. Grant is going to receive. He's going to push this one up the middle. Trying to push all the way through. And he gets taken down. So they're going to go to a break. The Argonauts finding some life. A good defensive play. Now it's time for the offense. Will this offense step up? Will this offense get something done? Hopefully they can, because man, is it frustrating. Bad play calling has been the Argos crux this whole first half. Now they got to turn this one around. They got to get this one back in action. Still thinking of going to Thursday's game. Not very good seats left. That's okay, Beverly. Part of the fun is just being in the building. It's all about being there, having a good time while you're there, and enjoying the atmosphere. That's what it's all about. Canadian Football League, just getting it done. Thursday, Hamilton and BC. That will be a fun game. I think that'll be actually a very fun game, to be honest with you. If we take a look towards week 10, the Argonauts are going to be playing Ottawa next Saturday, the 9th at 3 o'clock. It's an afternoon game, as Winnipeg and Calgary will have the night game at 7 o'clock. We have the game Beverly's talking about, Hamilton and BC on Thursday. Friday night football, Edmonton and Montreal are going to go toe to toe. So some good matchups next week. Toronto and Ottawa battle for the basement in the Eastern Conference. Both teams at 2-5. Well, Ottawa's at 2-6, but 2 wins on the season for both those teams. All right, back from commercial break. Let's see what the Argonauts are going to find themselves doing. What are they going to do? How are they going to do it? Oh. All right, Arbuckle set to go. And if you missed it, they're talking about Chad Kelly. Chad Kelly is still weeks and weeks and weeks away. So here's Arbuckle, back to snap, quick release, picks up 5. The Coxie 5, he takes a hit. He pushes this one, first down, Argos. There you go. Talk about yards after reception. Coxie takes the hit, and he's going to push that one through. Yeah, tomorrow, Hamilton and Edmonton. It should be easy pickings for the Ticats tomorrow as they are taking on the Edmonton Elks. Yikes. There we go, up to the Toronto 45. The Argonauts pushing towards midfield. Let's get some good play calls. Do exactly what you just did. Back to pass. Get the motion going. There it is. Snap. Arbuckle is back. He's going to throw. It's blocked and knocked down. Oh, good D by the Bombers. Getting a hand up. It's a tip pass. We've seen 2 tips tonight now, 1 for each team. So good job there. Good hustle. Good hustle. Arbuckle had his man, had his target. It wasn't his original target. He goes for the secondary target. And actually, that reverse camera from behind Arbuckle downfield, the target he was looking to was, again, in double coverage. So even if he got the ball there, no way they were making that catch. Arbuckle back to pass, looking to his right. Waiting, throwing, nice. First down, Argos to the 50. Running up to the almost the 40. Brissett with a nice catch, and again, some yards after reception. Good job. Reset the downs with 6:35 to go here in the second quarter. The Argonauts putting a little bit of a drive together now. Little bit of a drive together. This is what we like to see going on. So a good run, good catch, some good running. Let's go. 1st and 10 Argos now to the Winnipeg 41. Keep this moving, Arbuckle. Back to pass, fakes the handoff, throws behind the line of scrimmage. Caught with speed, running it up, picking up only about 4, though. Some good speed, rushing up after the carry, but he then slowed down and lost all his momentum. Unger, very interesting design there as he was going, like he was flying. He caught the ball and then he came to almost an immediate stop, lost all his momentum, tried to pick it up again and go, and just could not do so. So Winnipeg looking to get her title. That's going to stall the drive. 3rd and 6. Leram is going to now put it up for a field goal attempt. It's going to be a 43-yard field goal attempt. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Melatonin, what's up? This is up. This is going to be good. No problem. So it's going to be 14-10. At least the Argonauts get some points up on the board. Get some points on there. So 14-10. The Argonauts still hanging in. A lot of game left to go. All you got to do is keep it close. All you got to do is keep it close, because then we turn it around in the back half. Unbelievable. I mean, they had such a good drive going. They just could not make anything of it. As we're coming close to the half, if you haven't shared us out yet, make sure you hit that share button. Let's get some shares under our belt. And again, Make sure you're hitting those likes for us. We appreciate it. And last but not least, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button, and help us grow our communities. And we appreciate it. Coming up later this summer, we're going to get some NHL news and recap a lot of what's been going on in this offseason. And last but not least, we're going to start looking towards when we're going to see some NHL action. Of course, right now it's looking to be one heck of a fall season, as the Argonauts might not be having a great season. The Blue Jays are certainly finding themselves in a playoff position. And will we get some playoff baseball here in Toronto? I'm certainly looking forward to it. And of course, we have some great hockey action. The regular season kicking off in October. We're going to have back-to-back action on the 7th and 8th. First on the 7th with the Florida Panthers, the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, raising the banner and taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. And then the Toronto Maple Leafs get their season underway versus the Montreal Canadiens. And that is going to be a fun start to the hockey season. Of course, it's all subject to Blue Jays playoff baseball, and we will have to figure out how we're going to do it. But it's going to be a whole lot of fun. That's coming up in October. We don't want to think too far in advance. We don't want to think October. We want to think August, as we're just starting August. So happy August to everybody. And here we go. 5 minutes left to go in the half. Winnipeg back with possession. It's a 4-point game. They're going to hand it off, run it up the gut, picking up about 5 yards. So a nice little draw there. So hopefully they can keep the defense going. Connor, what's going on? Welcome in. Oh, I don't have it set up for a guest. Maybe another time though. Maybe another time. Are you an Argos fan? Are you who are you rooting for, Connor? Winnipeg back to snap. Gonna hand it off again. Gonna run this one up, and then no first down. Ooh, this is gonna be close. They were taken down before, but stretching, trying to reach the line. Are they gonna spot this one at first down? It's gonna be close. Gonna be close. Bombers for the cup. There you go. Bombers. They're looking good right now. Definitely looking like a different team than last week when the Argonauts put the hurt on them. They are playing good football. So it is going to be first down, 1st and 10 at the Winnipeg 50. No, Joshua. Little run. They get it back to the line of scrimmage and a takedown here. Oh no, Beverly. Refresh. So good defense here. Lanier with a good stop. Be 2nd and 10 now. He's racing off the field. They're going to reset. Winnipeg. Trying to move the 2nd and 8, from the 52. They give him 2 yards on that run. Oh, could have been an offside. It is going to be offside. Winnipeg going to throw. This is going to be incomplete. We got lots of flags coming down all over the field now. Oh, goodness. Red Blacks comeback. Oh, could you imagine? That would be crazy. If they came all the way back, that would be wild. So let's see what these flags are going to be. Nick, they have that same core together. They have a great core. So penalty declined. Pass interference, automatic first down on Toronto. Nick, I think if anybody has a good chance to do it, it's them. They still have that core group together. I think the Panthers are definitely going to give it a run. Of course, health is going to dictate if they can actually pull it off or not. Nuki, I'm unfortunately not set up to have anybody join with my feeds today. But so sorry, bud. Maybe another time. Are you, Nuki? Are you also going for the Bombers like Connor over there? You also a Bomber guy, Bomber fan? I'm an Argos guy. Akeem, what's going on? Let's go Leafs. Leafs, hopefully they can have a special season. I'm very, very curious to see what the Leafs are going to look like this season with what they have. Nuki, you're also with the Bombers. Also with the Bombers. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what Toronto's going to look like with the acquisitions. They're going to be a much tougher team, but are they going to have that same mojo without Mitchie kicking it around with AM34? That's going to be the big question mark factor. Will they be able to do things without Mitchie? Oh, there it is. Stefan bringing Marner's mom to the show. Bringing Marner's mom to the show. Love it. It won't hit the same anymore. But, you know, we still got to keep it. Like, it's just a classic redemption. You love the Oilers. I got, you know what? Oh, I don't have it here. I went out. So, you know, Nuki, when we were doing the Stanley Cup finals last year, I went out. I'm like, I got to get me some Oiler gear. And I got some Western Conference Championship stuff. I was hoping to wear it during the finals, and it didn't show up till it was all over. But I got a really nice hat and t-shirt, some good gear they made. The question for you, though, and for the Oiler fans, is Connor McDavid going to stay? Is he going to stay in Edmonton? Connor, I just got my Jets jersey. I got my Jets jersey primed and ready for this season. I'm excited for it. All right, back to it. Let's go. Winnipeg, first down again. Going to run it up, and they are stonewalled right before the line of scrimmage. Good play there. Spotted, directed Canadian art. Oh. My dad's uncle named in honor. My dad's uncle am named after in honor Pastor World War II pilot. Wow. That's wild. McDavid gone. You think he's going to go? I hate to say it. I think he's going to go too. Let's hope Leafs, Oilers, Jets win. Akima, that would be great to get a Canadian team in there. Winnipeg going to run this one up the middle, a little quarterback run and big hit and a takedown. Some conversations after the fact. McDavid for Matthews. McDavid, I can't see him going to Winnipeg. That would be something. So give the Winnipeg quarterback credit. He's tucking the ball. He's running. He's getting some good rushing on here. Hopefully he stays. I think he will. Why would he want to leave? 2 years in the finals. I think the question is going to be money, to be honest. All right, here we go. Field goal attempts. 46 yards. Winnipeg puts it up. That's going to go down the middle, and it's good. So 17-10. It's now a 7-point game yet again. The Argos down a touchdown as they're going to go to commercial break as we got a few minutes left in the first half. Will the Argonauts put something together to run this one down? So I'll tell you, I think the problem is they paid Leon Draisaitl way too much money. They're going to have to pay, well, they paid Bouchard. They need to invest in goaltending. I know the salary cap is going up. I just don't know if Edmonton's going to have enough money to pay McDavid. And I think, to be honest, I think he's frustrated with that group. And I think he kind of wants a fresh start with a fresh location. I don't think he's going to go anywhere crazy. I don't think you're going to see him end up in like Carolina, something like that. But I could see a Toronto, a New York, a Colorado, like one of these teams where you know they're going to have good chance at running. They got nothing. Yeah, they're in trouble. Well, they lost their big players, Holloway and Broberg, right? St. Louis with those offer sheets, stole them away. And those were supposed to be two big parts of that Oiler future. And they traded away Desharnais and big defenseman. It was crazy. Hey, coach, what's going on? Let's go Bills. Let's go Bills. I'm excited for the Bills. How close? When is their new stadium supposed to be ready, coach? That's supposed to be soon, isn't it? Like another month or so? Leafs blew it when they traded Campbell, to be honest. Yeah, I feel bad for him, Akeem. I feel really bad. Oh, 2026. My goodness, I thought it was like almost done. I was way off. Yeah, I feel really bad for Jack Campbell. Really bad. All right, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Argonauts going to have possession. They're going to run this one in. Let's see if they can put something on the board before the end of the half. For like 15 years. Cody, what's going on? Welcome in. I do not do NFL fantasy, to be honest with you. I am actually so bad at fantasy. Here we go. Argos with the ball starting from their own 40-yard line. Arbuckle back to pass, and he gets hit hard. Fumbalaya. Winnipeg picks it up. Oh, no, they're going to run it in for a touchdown. Winnipeg. Oh, Arbuckle gets hit hard, and he drops the ball, and the Bombers scoop it up and run this one in. Oh, my goodness. The Argonauts offense finding ways of giving up points, and the Bombers extending their lead. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that just happened. Arbuckle is looking. He gets hit, and he drops the ball, and it's scooped up and run in. The Bombers' defense just solid tonight. Solid. Let's go find a way to beat the Argos. Grey Cup revenge. Here's the extra point. This one is good. It's now a 14-point lead. We got a flag on the play on the kick. Flag on the play. Rebuild. Yeah, they're going to need to rebuild. They're going to have to rebuild for sure. But you got Draisaitl, Nurse, and Bouchard locked up long term. Problem is they just need goaltenders. You got to get goaltenders. Right? And I think that's where they made a mistake. They didn't spend the money. I guess they didn't have the money to spend, but they didn't get a good goalie locked up. I agree, Nookie. I hate Nurse so much. The biggest hypocrite in hockey, Darnell Nurse. So, another penalty against Toronto. Illegal formation against Toronto. That obviously will be declined. Oh my goodness. What is happening with these Argonauts? Aiden, what's going on? Welcome in, buddy. Unbelievable what's happening right now. The Bombers are just steamrolling these Argos. These are Oilers want to win the cup. They need to go. Yeah, Hellebuck. Listen, Hellebuck, I've given him credit. One of the best goaltenders in the league, but for whatever reason, he was not good in the playoffs last year. He had an epic collapse. So we got 2 minutes, 3 seconds left to go in the half. It's 24-10 for the Bombers. A forced fumble here, a quarterback, a hard hit, forcing the ball out, going to run this one back. They also had a kick return for a touchdown. Bombers looking mighty fine. I don't mind Skinner. I'm okay with Skinner if they had a good tandem, but he's not a Stanley Cup goaltender. And neither is Picard. All right, here we go. Grant is going to run this one back. He's splitting, trying to cut towards the middle, and he gets pulled down. Good run back here by Jerry and Grant, but we're not seeing the Jerry and Grant run back magic that he had last year. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Welcome in. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The way things are just turning around. Yeah, all the widgets are slow to update. So it'll update on its own. It's just slow. Everything seems to be delayed right now for some reason. But it is 24-10. Back to pass, Arbuckle. Let's see if he holds on to the ball. Passes it to the line of scrimmage. Horrible play call. He's got no options, nothing going on. To Goat, what's up? Panthers three-peat. If Toronto can't do it, I would be all down for that. I quite enjoy the Florida Panthers. Unreal. That is just wild. Terrible, terrible, terrible playing here. It's some bad play calls. Why? Come on, Argos. Got to do better. Got to do better. Here we go. Back to pass. 2nd and 11. Arbuckle looking, goes sideline, but again, Coaxie with the catch, but he's going to be short of the first down, short by quite a bit. Yeah, Hakeem, you are spot on. They are certainly very overconfident. Thank you, Ray, for the follow. They are very overconfident, but when you win back-to-back and you played as well as they played, they have every reason to be. Every reason to be. Trino hitting that subscribe. Thank you for hitting that subscribe. Welcome in. Yeah, the Argos struggling. 3rd and 4, so Haggerty is going to come in and kick this one away. All the stats seem to be frozen right now, so all the stats are delayed. This is going to be kicked all the way back. Winnipeg going to receive at the 10 to the 20, going up to the 30, getting a nice little run back here again to the 40, turning the corner. You got to be kidding me. To the, oh my goodness, going to the house again. The Bombers with another kick return for a touchdown. Get out of town. Oh my goodness. 30, soon to be 31. Wow. Winnipeg is scoring so much, they've broken the web. They've broken the internet. Jeff, what's going on? Good to see you as well. I am a fantastic, thank you. Unbelievable. They're scoring so much, they've broken the internet scoring. Thank you, Hakeem, for the follow. Unreal. Oh, Stefan rubbing it in. Rubbing it in. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Appreciate the super. Oh, man. 31-10. 31-10. Come on, update. Update our score widgets. Don't leave us hanging. The Argonauts are channeling their inner Edmonton Elks right now. And Vival is fired up. He's working that crowd. Oh, my God. You said you did, Jack. You did. You called it. Did you get the script early? Unbelievable. What is going on? I'm floored right now. I'm in absolute, like, disarray. Is that the right word? Like, I just can't believe it. I can't believe how well the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are playing right now. They are absolutely crushing this. As a Bombers fan, without our starting QB, I thought they would have been down 20. Jack, that's what I was expecting, to be honest with you. I was expecting the Argonauts to kind of run away with it. But you called it 30 points the first half. Grant trying to run back. He gets popped pretty good, and he goes down. We got 43 seconds left in the half. I'm shocked. Shocked right now. The Argonauts getting embarrassed here. Amin, welcome in. He is moving. He is moving. Wow. 93 and 96 yards on the returns. Oh, boy. Argonauts are in trouble. In trouble. Thank you for the follow. Here we go. Argonauts again, and it's another tipped pass. Oh, boy. Every football game, either CFL or NFL, defense wins the game. Yeah, I agree with you. Defense, definitely. Defense wins. But usually speaking, when you get good defensive play, your offense then picks it up and follows. And, you know, Toronto has had some good defensive plays tonight. But boy, oh boy, their offense has been dreadful. No, he is not it. I think you got to make a quarterback change. I don't think Arbuckle needs to start the second half. Here's a long pass. He hits Coxie. Coxie down at the 20. He's trying to go, trying to spin around, go down. A huge pass. That was a monster pass. Holy smokes. Just a huge blast. And of course, all the stats, everything is so delayed. So we'll have to wait to see what the official yardage count here. Grady, it is, but all the web widgets are broken. All the web widgets for the online scoring are frozen. The Argonauts, Arbuckle, back to pass. Going to work this one up to the Winnipeg 10-yard line. So the Argonauts really working this one across. Yeah, all the CFL stats are kind of frozen, so I'm not sure what the web widget is. Hey, it's me, Sparky. What's going on? Welcome in. It is a crazy game. Arbuckle fading away, going to throw this one away. And again, a huge pass. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Let's see if the Argos are going to go for this. A terrible, terrible play call here. So Arbuckle's going to come out. At this point, you're down by 21 points. 3 points does you nothing. With 7 seconds left, and we get a flag on the play. Let's see, that could change what I was about to say. Grady, it was wild. That's right. Kelly's not going to be back for another 5 or 6 weeks. Intentional grounding, so that's going to move Toronto back even more. I still think you almost just have to go for it. Right? At this point, 3 points does you nothing. I think you just got to take a shot at the end zone. I'm just sitting and watching. It was a crazy play. There have been so many crazy plays in this game. We'll review some coming up at the half. Although, won't make much sense to update a lot of the stats since all the stats are broken. 25-yard field goal attempt. That's going to be easy. So it's going to be 31-13. 31-13 is going to be the score. Whoops, as I throwing my papers around. So 31-13, man, not good. Still have a half. That's right, still have a half. But I don't think the 3 points at this point when you're down so much, yeah, the 3 points gets to 3 points, but when you're so close, if you can connect one pass for a touchdown, that really gives you some good momentum going into the back half. 4 seconds left on the clock. I'm a Winnipeg guy, and I have a signed Adam Big Hill football. Nice. There it is. The knee is taken. The first half is done. This one is in the books. The first half, anyways. Unbelievable. The Bombers just bombing the Argos big time. And I mean, this is not even funny how much of a lead they have. And I'm trying to see if we can find some updated stats. The stats kind of end at the end of the first quarter. There's all the stats from the second half have not been included here. So it's not really a commercial break, but we'll sit on this screen. So none of the second half stats are updating. It seems that everything has kind of been something's wrong with all the online stat tools. But let's see, is this all the same? Oh, now, so it looks like, yeah, it's all broken. So we're going to try and see if we can find you some up-to-date stats here, but there's definitely some technical issues going on. But 31-13, and we've seen some bizarre plays. It all started the Argonauts. An interception, 47-yard return, pick six. The Argos went on the board first. And then all of a sudden on the kickoff following, Winnipeg, their first of 2 returns for a touchdown. Vival just 93 yards running it in. And in the second quarter, he had a punt return, 96 yards. So Vavell with 2 touchdowns today. The quarterback, Streveler, he had a 9-yard rush for a touchdown. The Bombers have just been all over them. We've seen some tipped passes for some knockdowns, return for touchdowns. We've seen all kinds of things. The Argos with a couple of sacks on the board. Really, really good effort by both sides. And really more Winnipeg offense and defense. The Toronto defense, I think, has been okay, right? They haven't been horrible. Yes, Winnipeg has a lot of points put up on the board when you consider 14 points, 14 of their 31. So more or less half the points, are 2 kick returns. So, that really is the difference, a big difference in this football game. So while you can't necessarily blame the defense on that, they got some good run backs. Winnipeg's defense has been good too. I mean, they've been all over Arbuckle, and that's a good call. All over Arbuckle. He cannot throw the ball. He can't take time to look around. They're getting in there. They're coming in with their hands up. They're swatting passes down. They're really, really looking good. And they are, yes, Sparky, they are rocking Toronto. They are certainly putting them in a position where they just cannot move the ball. And it's frustrating for Toronto, because last week it was quite the opposite, right? Last week they were absolutely dominating the game. Dominating, which is nuts. And I love, you guys seem to be pretty good football fans. Watching these run backs is super exciting. Watching how, they catch the ball, they're over on one of the sides, they run up, they cut towards the middle, they get a couple of key blocks, and then back to the other side. I mean, those are huge run backs, and it's really, really cool to see. Chelios to be inducted in the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. There you go. There you go. Colton, I'm not so far behind. It's halftime. We are at halftime, but if you're asking about the scoreboard, it's all of these stats, whether you're looking on CFL website, on TSN, Sportsnet, wherever you're looking for online for CFL stats, they're all frozen right now up to the end of the first quarter. So that's why the scoreboard is showing 14-7. The actual score is 31-13. But right now, all the online stats are frozen. Nothing is updating. So nothing we can do about that. They will update eventually. Usually what happens is they fix the issue and then it cycles through. But yeah, as of the start of the second quarter, nothing has updated here, which is unfortunate. And the worst part is I can't even give you a breakdown of all the real stats that are going on because we only have the first quarter stats. Argos wish it was right. No kidding. I mean, it's a tough game. It is a tough game, but what Winnipeg is doing right now is absolutely incredible. Can't take anything away from what Winnipeg is doing. They are terrific. But that's good. Like good to see, right? Really, really good to see. So hopefully this stuff gets updated kind of right away, because it's just brutal. Let me see if we can find some other spots that are updating here. I don't know why this is giving such a hard time. But that is the way we go. I'd love to be able to bring you some updated stats. So give me a moment to see if we can search through for something, but I don't think this is going to have up-to-date stats. Just bear with me. All right, so if we... Oh, this doesn't even give the actual stats. So based off, if I look just at Google, Google gives us... it doesn't give us the breakdown of the individual stats, but 31-13. Toronto scored 7 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter. Winnipeg, 14 points in the first quarter, 17 points in the second quarter. That's what got us to this point. I was hoping we would get some individual stats, but they don't. How about what's going on in Calgary with the Stampeders? You know, that yesterday was bad, Sparky. That yesterday was bad. Listen, Ottawa, yes, Toronto's a bad team, but Ottawa is even worse. And wow, they put up 17 points. Ottawa put up in the second quarter and another 14 in the fourth quarter to take a 31-11 lead over Ottawa. That is incredible. Put 20 on Lawler to score anytime. There you go. That is wild. 31-11 Ottawa beat Calgary. That's bad. I mean, that's just bad. But listen, Calgary is a decent team. Don't want to take anything away. They're going to be in the mix for sure. They're currently second in the Western Conference. So a shocker, absolutely, 100% a shocker, but not one I would say we will see repeated. Definitely not one we're going to see repeated. Saskatchewan in top spot out in the West with 12 points, going 6-1. Calgary in second with 10 points, 5-3. These Winnipeg Blue Bombers we're seeing today, 3-3. Looks like they're going to end up 4-3 if they continue at this pace. BC at 3-5, and BC surprises me. I thought BC was going to be a better team than they are right now. And of course, Edmonton at the bottom at 1-5. Hamilton up 5-2, tied with Montreal, who's also 5-2. Toronto then 2-5, and Ottawa 2-6. But putting points for, if we look at points for and points against in the differential, Hamilton is a plus 36 differential, where Montreal is a plus 33. On the flip side, Toronto's minus 22 differential between points they score and points they give up, and Ottawa is minus 35. So huge differentials, but nobody as bad as Edmonton at minus 55. Let's see here. Riders doing good. Yeah, Riders are always good. And Riders fans, I love Riders fans so much. Riders fans are so energized. They're so enthused. They go hard for these teams, and we absolutely love to see it. So good on the Riders fans for doing what they do. Hopefully we'll get these scoreboard situations sorted out. Someone will wake up and realize and say, hey, we got to update some stats. It would be nice. Just saying. It's funny. The time they have, even the time they have is all messed up. It says the third quarter, there's 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Clearly that is not the case as we're currently sitting here at the half. So they'll get these things in order real quick. We do good till Labor Day, and then we went on a 7-game losing streak. Oh man, Labor Day football is that turning point, right? Labor Day football is so good, and you never know what could happen. Austin, I think it's fair. You know, Nick Robertson wants 2.5 million. Toronto wants to give $1 million, or $1.5 million. Listen, I think it's a fair offer what he's asking for. Quite frankly, when you look at, you know, he was scoring goals. He didn't play a ton of, he played games, but he definitely should get paid to be about the level he is at in terms of goal scoring. And, you know, we know he played bottom 6 minutes. Most of the time he was at the bottom of minutes played, if not the very bottom. He was kind of second from the bottom. He played in 69 games last year. He had 15 goals, right? So, and that's playing like really fourth line minutes. He averaged 12 minutes a game, which is nothing. So I'd like to see him get a better chance, get a better break. You know, 15 goals. If he was playing top 6 in top 6 minutes, that could have been 20, 25 goals. So I think he deserves to get paid somebody who scores that kind of money. His contract, he was making $875,000. So I think when he wanted to be traded. Remember last year he asked to be traded, and Tree Living came in. They had a conversation. They made him sound like he would get more playing time. He'd be a bigger piece of the puzzle. Joshua, thank you for those gifts. I appreciate it. I didn't notice that till just now. So thank you so much, Joshua. Much, much appreciation for you. So I think he's worth it, Now, does he have a place on the roster? That's the better question. If you don't have a place for him on the roster, then trade him, right? He doesn't deserve to be a bench player. He deserves to play. So where you're going to put him, that's going to be the question. But the Leafs will be interesting. They have just about $3 million in cap space, so they can afford to pay him 2.5, and that'll bring him right up to the cap. All right, let's see. He can't develop. Exactly, Giovanni. He can't develop on the third line. He has to play with some real players, and he has to play consistently. You can't move him up and down. You don't like growing. I don't think he cries that much. I think he just wants a fair shake. Listen, the guy got the raw end of the stick because his contract could be moved down to the Marlies previously with no punishment. So he was always the odd man out. This year, when you look at it, again, I don't think there is room for him on the roster. Like, I don't know where you're going to put him. Assuming you're going to have Nyes, Matthews, and then, maybe Domi on that top line. You got Michelli, the new guy they brought in with Tavares and Nylander is going to be your second line. You got, a third line that you could mix it around, but you got Dakota Joshua, Nick Waugh, Bobby McMahon. Let's just, for argument's sake, say that's your third line. Then you have Steven Lorenz, Scott Lawton, and Callie Yarncroc as your fourth line. Based off that, you don't have a spot for him. And don't forget, Easton Cowan is probably going to come in with an opportunity. He's going to be on this team. So where's Easton Cowan going to go? So I just don't think there's a roster spot for Nick Robertson, unfortunately, this year. But we'll see, what the Magicians can do. Nothing yet on McDavid. I haven't heard anything. Mixelli is sneaky good. Yeah, I'm really excited, Giovanni, to see what he could do. I don't know if he'll play first line or second line or wherever. I'm very curious to see. I'm trying to keep my expectations reasonable for him, but I'm very excited to see what he can do. Awesome. What's going on? What is the correct score? The correct score is 31-13. 31-13 Bombers. So the Bombers are absolutely crushing it right now. The Bombers are absolutely crushing it. 31-13. Unfortunately, all the web stats through CFL are frozen at the end of the first quarter. So we're waiting for them to update it. So everything else will get updated, but going to take some time. Hopefully they sort it out soon. We've seen this before. We've seen this before with that's the downside of using some of these funky scoreboards is you're at the mercy of the widgets. And if they don't update correctly, it's kind of blah. And don't forget, Leafs have Pizzetta as well. Pizzetta is going to be in there. I don't think I mentioned him in that depth chart. Of course, the goaltending tandem, Wall and Stolar is back again. That should be good. And I'm curious with our defensive side. Obviously, we got Thurn in the mix now. I'm wondering what happens with Morgan Riley. Is Riley going to be here, or will Riley be traded? Will he be on his way out somewhere? So it'll be interesting as we start working through August, seeing what some of these things are going to shape up to be for Toronto. For Edmonton, because I know we were talking about Edmonton not too long back. Draisaitl, at $14 million eats up a lot of that money. McDavid at 12.5, he's due for an extension anytime now. And if you go based off percentage of cap, because originally he was making like 15%, almost 16% of the cap, his estimated contract would be over $15 million. which is crazy. You know, can the Oilers afford something like that? No, they can't, because right now they only have about $2 million, $2.3 million in cap space. And, you know, I know that would be for next year, but based off of this, can they give him $3 million more dollars? No, they can't. Yes, the cap is going to go up next year, but next year, again, they also have some other roster spots they have to fill. And a lot of their defensive core is going to be gone. Well, not gone, but they're going to be UFAs next year. All right, we'll save the hockey talk. We'll get back into it. Here we go. Second half of football. Let's kick this one off. Argos are going to receive, and here comes Jerry and Grant to the 30. He's going to get taken down at the 35. Yeah, Mega, they are so good right now. They are on fire. Hey, good night. What's going on? Welcome in. Argo's not looking good. Jay's not looking good. Rudy might ask for a trade if he doesn't get a top-notch goalie. It's going to be so interesting, good night, to see how it all shapes out. But yeah, a tough night for Toronto sports. But we still got time. Lots of time left. Mega, I can't. It's a web widget, and I have no control over it. So it is frozen. You've been with us long enough, Mega. You know how these things work. Here go the Argos throwing to the sideline. First down, Argos. And a couple extra yards after completion. There we go. Hey, Kenny, what's going on? Welcome in. Oilers, yes, Grady, 100,000% they do. They need to invest some money in goaltending. And you can't invest your money in goaltending if you give McDavid $15 million. Or you trade Darnell Nurse because he's way overpaid. I don't know who you could find to take that contract, but you have to get rid of Darnell Nurse. That's a problem. All right, here come the Argos, trying to make it a comeback from their own 54. Back to pass, and it's inside, trying to bring back was Maella. Maella couldn't get a hand on it. Reached for it, just couldn't get it in there. Welcome in, everybody. If you are just joining us for the second half of football, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that share button. Also, make sure you tap those likes, hit those follows or subscribes, but please do share us out. Really? Yeah, you tired? Back to pass. Arbuckle looking, going deep again. This time it's caught. Brissett trying to reach for that line. He does. Gets across up to about the over midfield. So a nice little work. Toronto moving those chains, starting to work this one across. You don't like watching these two teams? Who, Kenny, who are your teams? Which teams do you go for? Kylie hitting that follow. Thank you so much. Brissett with a nice job. He's played all right. He plays well. So Joshua, Argos are with the ball to start the half. Down to the Winnipeg 45. Good drive right now. Arbuckle back to pass again. Quick release. Almost another first down, stretching across, but just can't quite get there. Daniels with the reception. You like watching them. NFL as well. Yeah, NFL is fun. We might get some NFL coming up. Some Bills action since they're closest team to Toronto. Gonna hand this one off. Argos gonna run it this time up the gut across the line. First down Argos as they keep this drive going. Good job, Argos. This is what they need to do. Lions always get destroyed. Oh, you're with the BC Lions. BC. They're an interesting team, Kenny. I thought BC would be doing much better than they are. Hey, Thomas. Arbuckle again, another pass. Just to the first down line. We'll see where the spot is. Daniels with another nice reception. Now they're moving. They're not giving time for the Winnipeg defense to collapse in and force through. Quick releases from Arbuckle. Snap and throw. Now they're moving. Really good stuff. Here we go again. To the Winnipeg 21. Arbuckle, another quick release. Picking up about 4 this time to Brissett. that ball kind of hung out there. They got a little lucky that it didn't end up in a bad place. We got an injured Winnipeg player down on the turf, takes the helmet off. He's in some serious discomfort there. They switched the Kool-Aid. That's right. They went from green to purple. Oh, man, Dallas, I haven't had Kool-Aid in forever. Glad the heat wave is over. Yeah, good night. It was crazy there for a little bit, hey? It was hot. So hopefully he's okay. A little collision by his own man. It's Parker that's down. Parker went try and grab around the legs for the takedown, and his own man kind of came in with a knee to the outside of the leg. So that could be a little Charlie horse there. It's 30 out there today. Yeah, I think it was only like 24 here, which was nice. Supposed to be back up to 30s tomorrow, of course. Kool-Aid is so bad. All right, they're going to go to commercial break, so we'll switch over here. Yeah, so true, Dallas. So true. Yeah, the weather's been so crazy. It's been up and down. We had a gnarly storm while we were away. We were up north. It was calling like tornado warnings and all the good stuff. And we did get some serious wind, but thank God nothing kind of dropped down by us. And, after about 15 minutes, it was over and done with. But it was a little stressful there for a short period of time. Just a little. Just a Charlie horse. Yeah, man. And when you, at that size, when you get those guys running into you, those Charlie horses, they hurt. They hurt a lot. Ooh, it looks like our stats are starting to update. They finally turned it back on. Hang on. There we go. So this is the problem. This is the problem we run into when they have to do updates, is they can't just refresh it and start it to this point. They actually have to let it run through all the events that have taken place. So the clock on the updates there's about 5 minutes left in the half on the updates. So we'll start seeing these scores update in pretty rapid succession. But that's why, for those that are watching up here, the map is like going crazy. It's flipping back and forth. It's because it's cycling through all the events to catch itself up. So that's going to be updated very, very soon as they keep scrolling through that play. All right, let's get back to the game. Parker's up off the field. He's walking off on his own, so that's always good to see. I'm old, your joints can't handle it. Sparky, trust me, I feel you. All right, here we go, Argos. Working it. 2nd and 5 from the Winnipeg 16. Arbuckle in trouble. A little flu flicker. Argos running for the touchdown. They score. Argos putting it in. They get it down. Thank goodness. Argos get one back. They needed a score. They got a score. 31-19. 31-19 now. The extra point sure going to be coming up momentarily. Oh, did the scoreboard break again? No, okay, it's still going. So a nice play here. Coxie wheeling it in. The Argonauts going to score, putting it up on the board. There we go. Now we're going to keep running this. 20 years of underground mining will do that too. Oh, yeah, for sure it will. And listen, for me, all the years of hockey and and running, that's what's done me in. All the years of hockey is just my knees, my back, my shoulder. It's brutal. This was a nice little kind of a floater play as he came in. He brought it back and just kind of launched a little floater action. It was a nice, like to see that. The Argonauts get one on the board. They get some points back. This was huge. Coxie looking good. They're going to put this one up, waiting for the extra point. It's up. It's down the middle. And that's good. 20-31. I don't think exercise is good. It's a trap. You know what? It's so funny. You know, I went just recently, so they're going to a break. So we had to take one of the boys. We had to take them to hockey practice, to their dry land training. So I went along. I want to see what they're doing. So I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the car and wait in the car. And it was such a hike. Thank you for the follow, by the way. It's such a hike. You go up the hill and around the park and all this stuff. And I get to the car and I'm like, man, I'm just so hurting. I'm so achy from just that walk up the hills and, you know, through the nature areas, and holy smokes. It's like, when did we become so old? When did the body start hurting from just walking? Oh my goodness. You know, I'm that guy, right? It's like, you ignore it, and finally it's like, all right, I got to go for a massage or something. I'll go for a massage, and then I can't walk the next day because my body is so sore from the massage. Nobody warned you, right, Sparky? Like, why don't they say, hey, once you hit a certain age, things are going to hurt more? I actually said to my doctor years ago, I go in for my annual checkup, and I said, Doc, I don't know what's up, but I got these pains in my leg, pains here, pains there. And he says to me, he goes, Sam, welcome to getting old. I went, thanks, Doc. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Do Ticats tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be around tomorrow for that game. We'll have to see. What time are they at? They are at 3:00. It's going to be dicey. I don't know if I'll be back by the time that game is kicking off. Plus, tomorrow night, by the way, SummerSlam kicks off 6:00 for all my wrestling fans. SummerSlam, 2 nights. Going to be getting going. I can't wait. I'm excited. Well, he tells me to stretch. I didn't. I tore a quad. Oh, no, Sparky. Oh, stretching is good, though. Stretching is good. It's important to stretch. All right, this is going to be put up. We're back in action. Let's go. 20-31, 11-point lead for Winnipeg, and there's a quick takedown on the kickoff as our score is getting closer and closer to being correct. Oh, my goodness. This game has had everything. This has been a wild affair. A crazy, wild affair. Lots of TDs, lots of tipped passes, some kick returns, interception for touchdown, fumble for touchdowns. What is in store for us in this fourth quarter? Streever 7 for 8 tonight. Only thrown the ball 8 times. There's 9. Going to run this over the line of scrimmage. Just picks up a couple, and the Argos defense going to take him down. If Toronto wants a chance, they need to stop the special teams. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, special teams can make or break you. They can make or break you for sure. Right now, they are being broken. Wow, our YT stream is dying a painful death. Thank you for those that are watching over on that platform. On all platforms. Back to pass. Here come the Bombers. 10 minutes to go. And there's another sack for the Argonauts. Big play. Huge play. Huge sack for the Argonauts. Chatfield again. Chatfield, one of the leaders in sacks this season. He has been absolutely wild. Absolutely wild what he is doing. This is incredible. Great effort here. Phenomenal effort here. Yeah, Mega, it is good. Listen, this has been a great game. This has been a back and forth game. Love to see this. Back to kick this one off. Winnipeg has to get rid of it. Argonauts, good catch on the run. Grant up to the 50. Grant to the midfield, to to the Winnipeg 50. Good run back. Huge run back. Yeah, Mega. See, that's the problem when that's the most engaged, viewer. That's really funny. Good recovery by Grant, able to run this one in. Nice play there. The Argonauts going to get some good field position. Tim's has some great Are you watching from Tim's? The Argonauts going to get some great field position here to start from. Let's go. Arbuckle back to pass from the Winnipeg 41. Long pass and a long reception. That's about to the 28. This game isn't over yet, folks. This is turning around real quickly. Oh, wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. What is going on? 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 27. Argonauts set to go. Bringing it back. Arbuckle looking deep again. Going to throw it to the catch. Yes. Daniels makes a catch. It'll be another first down Argos. Holy smokes. What is happening? The Argonauts looking real good right now. Wow, this game is awesome. They are coming. They are coming and coming hard. Back to pass. Arbuckle is looking. Now he's in trouble. Arbuckle scrambling. He's going deep to the end zone. Oh, no. Ball is dropped, but this is going to be a pass interference call. Hoaxie was there. He had to turn around to go up to make the catch. He gets bumped. Still almost made the catch, but this is going to be a pass interference call. It's going to come all the way up to 1st and goal from the 1 yard line. It should be, but we will see what the call is. Arbuckle just got this one away too. Big time play. Huge move, huge play. So let's see if this is definitely pass interference. It should be. Not only did he bump him, he wrapped the left arm around his neck under the helmet. So this should definitely be pass interference. And it is 1 yard line. 1st and goal from the 1 yard line. Here we go. Arbuckle set. Handing it off. Going to drive this one to the line. It's a pile up on the goal line. Where's the ball? Winnipeg said they stop him. They stuff him. And this is somewhere Toronto has had a ton of issues with. A ton of issues with the 1 yard goal line stance. This is something they've struggled with going back to last season. But you know what? Upon review, it looked like he broke the plane and then was forced backwards. This goal line cam, this one shows he did not. Wow, perspective is everything when it comes to these camera angles. Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 1 yard line. Everybody stacked up. Argos dropping it back and they trip and lose a yard. That's the type of game it has been. They go shotgun stance. They draw the ball back and they slip and fall. LeBourne cannot run it in. He falls. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the Winnipeg 2 yard line now. So Arbuckle and LeBourne, their feet get tangled up. The feet get tangled up and he trips his own man. This could even be back to the 3 yard line. No, 3rd and goal from the 2. So they're going to kick for the field goal. They're not going to try the 3rd time. Oh, my goodness. So again, where Toronto looks like they're going to score to make it a 4-point game, they have to settle for the field goal as they cannot convert. They cannot convert from the 1 yard line. Wow, huge stop there. And again, a total botch as Arbuckle and LeBourne, their feet connect. Yeah, and they do that far too often. Far too often do their feet connect, and Toronto they just can't get it going. They just can't get it going. All right, there we go. We're catching up. Our score is starting to get in better shape. We're getting closer. Getting closer. The Argonauts still have a lot of work to do. It looked like they were going to get closer, but that drive certainly did not help. And now they're in that situation where they just need to press. They just need to press. And I think they will be able to do so. I believe. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking something here real quickly. What time is it? 10:30. Oh, got to get these Argos going. Really got to get these guys playing hard. They got to start driving. They have to start driving. Awesome. Okay, thanks, Maggie. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. That's so weird. So strange. So very, very strange. Score update on the CFL side is ridiculous. Can they ever? No, Hakeem. No, they really need to redo their website. They need to put some funds into there. So that will need to be interesting. All right, let's go. Let's get back at this. Let's see what we can do. Back to the Bombers going to run it first down. They run out of bounds. Ball pops loose, but we got a flag on the play. Flag on the play here. 31-23. What's the call going to be? Waiting to see. 5.5 to go here in the third. Illegal block on Winnipeg. They're going to back this one up. Holy smokes. That's okay. It's finally a penalty. Finally a penalty on Winnipeg. It's most of the penalties have been on Toronto. 10 penalties on Toronto, maybe more. I mean, we're getting close to an update, but 10 penalties is crazy. Winnipeg at their own 30. Going to run this one up again, taken down, so not a lot of yardage. 1st and 20, and they only pick up a couple, so good D there. Hey, Todd, welcome in. Why do you feel he's a coward coach, Todd? Thank you, Hakeem. Let me take a look there. I'm surprised they even have update. You must have had to go deep in the depths to to find it on their site. Back to pass. Deep. It's going to be caught in a huge pass and a huge first down by the Bombers. Oh. Like, seriously? Man, that's painful. Actually, it's funny when I go to the ESPN site, it redirects me to the TSN site, which is funny. Unbelievable. Trying to get something back in a hurry, but a huge pass by the Bombers. Bombers are starting to get that momentum back up and running. So let's go. Come on, Argos. I am, yes, Hakeem. I am watching it live. Yes. Back to pass, little pump fake, handing it off, and tackle behind. Big loss here by the Bombers. Huge loss. Nice little takedown there with about 3:10 left to go in the third quarter. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting finish, folks. A very interesting finish. It was a weird play. It's like the Bombers quarterback didn't have a firm grip of it, kind of did a weird pump fake and then went to hand it off. But the whole thing just looked ugly and predictable. So Castillo's going to go for the field goal attempt. It's going to be a 49-yard attempt. This is going to be important. This is up. It's curling right back towards the middle. That's going to be good. 3 more. It's going to be 34-23 in favor of the Bombers, who are looking for their 4th win of this season. As we go back to commercial break, have to find a way. 3 more for the Bombers. The Argonauts going to be in tough. But we're getting closer. We're getting closer to our updated stats. This has been crazy. So crazy. All right, let's see where are they up to. So they're in the third quarter now with the stat updates, so that's good, but let's see, it looks like it's still moving, so it should catch up here pretty quickly. So if we start to look at some of these other stats, they have it up to the end of the second quarter, so no third quarter stats are posted on here yet. But 7 first down for the Argos, 10 for Winnipeg. Winnipeg just been crushing it. 195 total yards for the Argonauts, 186 passing, only 9 rushing yards. Only 9 rushing yards. How can you win a football game with 9 rushing yards? You got to do better than that. On the flip side, 127 yards for the Bombers, 49 passing, 78 rushing yards. It has been their defense that's crushing it. Winnipeg, their time of possession, this can't be right. 5 minutes of possession time. The Argonauts are almost at 19. Something seems off with that stat. Something definitely seems off with that stat. Dallas, any cussing coming from the other room? All right, back to game time. Hoxie's had a good game, 6 catches, 108 yards. His longest was 58 yards. So he's been doing okay. Setting it up behind Arbuckle, back to snap. No, look out, they got it back up. Argos motion was ahead. They got to reset. Now they go. There's the snap. Arbuckle is back to pass. He's in trouble, and again, a knockdown ball. Another knockdown. The Winnipeg defense just too strong. Every time Toronto gets something going, something falls apart. Hey, Bruce, what's going on? I am so excited, Bruce. I cannot wait. I'm with you, my friend. I am so pumped up. This is just wild. Winnipeg is dancing all over Toronto. Toronto finally gets something going. Yikes. I don't think there's any technical issues. Everything looks good on my side. Dallas, are you seeing something not right on your side? Back to pass Arbuckle. And another blocked one. Come on. 2 knockdown passes. The Bombers getting their hands up all over. Mega, what are you seeing? Rob says you keep freezing. Well, welcome in, Rob. That's weird. Okay. You guys keep freezing. That's weird. All right, let's see. Maybe if I turn the bit rate down a little bit. Weird. Everything looks good over here. That's probably what's killing the numbers here. Long kick, Winnipeg. Going to start to run this one up the far side. The Argonauts going to take them down. That's going to do it. Third quarter. There's a minute and 30 seconds left to go. Hey, Michael, how's it going? I've been watching for 20 minutes, and I'm all good on this end. No freezing here. All right, so Michael's not seeing any issues. All right, let's see. Can I make a change here without blowing everything up? I don't think I can. Let's see, though. Bear with me a moment. No, okay. Doesn't think I can. Winnipeg going to bounce this one in. Incomplete pass. Yeah, it could be the internet, Rob. Could be the internet. So strange. So strange. Maybe we'll do that. If you're watching over on the vertical side, head on over to the full side. If you're watching the vertical stream, head over to the full stream and we'll see if that fixes it. We can close that one out. Winnipeg going deep again. And this one is intercepted. The Argos with a huge interception. Tackled almost right away, but what an interception. Huge momentum boost here for Toronto as they go up way high to bring this one down. Yeah, Beverly, it must be. It must be. All right, so we're going to do that again. If you're watching over on the vertical one, come on over to the full one. And then if we get everyone switched over, we'll shut that one down and see if that fixes things up a little bit. But what a huge catch. So we'll see. I'm sure they'll looked at it. It looked like a good catch. But we'll see if nope, it's Argos football. From the Toronto 45. Let's see if Arbuckle, look out. And he throws it away again. Arbuckle in trouble as the blitz comes double time and he just throws it away. Almost gave it right back to Winnipeg. It'll be second and down. The defense of the Bombers just way too difficult for Toronto to handle. I mean, they're just blowing right by guys. Toronto isn't even slowing them down. Absolutely crazy. So the defense continuing to pressure. Jordan Younger doing a great job on the sidelines with some great play calls. Back to pass. Arbuckle again in trouble. He's going way deep. Got a man down the line. Coxie is tied up. There's a flag again being thrown. And I see the sign for pass interference. So this would be a huge break if it is indeed ruled pass interference. Coxie going sideline. Another one of these huge routes. Let's see where there's contact. So Coxie, it looks like their feet connected, and it's offensive pass interference. Coxie gets called for the offensive pass interference. Unbelievable. One Argo player respect was Ricky Ray. I didn't mind Ricky Ray. I didn't mind him. Unbelievable. So that's going to end the drive for Toronto. 3rd and 10. They're going to kick this one away. Unless... do you pull out some trickery here? A little trickery, nope, they're just going to kick this one away. Haggerty is going to put this one up, sending it downfield. Over the head, it's going to roll through the end zone, all the way through the back, and Toronto's going to pick up a single point. So Toronto gets a single point as the third quarter comes to a close. It's a 10-point game going to the fourth quarter. A 10-point game going to the fourth quarter. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what is going on the tubes right now. Very weird, very weird. All right, I think what we're going to do, we're going to close out. No, it's still looking okay. Sorry, I'm just checking. I'm just popping in and checking in some of the stats here because the stream condition says excellent condition. Everything seems okay in terms of all that technical stuff. So we're looking good statistically. Let me go in and check the other one here. Sorry, just a little technical cleanup. You're hearing here too before I turned off my phone. Hey, Charlie. Welcome in. Again, thanks, Rob, for hopping in there as well. So that, yeah, see, it just dropped. The big drop. But it says excellent, so something weird is definitely going on. Something weird is definitely going on. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Trying to figure out. There's some. The tubes is being a little trickery, but the other streams seem to be going okay. So thank you wherever you're watching. Thank you for hanging in and supporting the channel. Make sure you're tapping those likes, those follows, those subscribes. We got 1 quarter left to play. And the question is, will the scoreboard catch up before the end of the game? 34-24 is the total. 34-24. 226 passing yards for the Argos, 91 passing yards for the Bombers, only 8 rushing yards for Toronto. Only 8. That's crazy. Only 8 rushing yards is not good enough. I mean, that is a really, really bad number. But the defense right now, the Bombers defense is the difference makers. They have been so good. They have been so dominant. And that's, if they need to get back up and running, if they need to get something working, it's the Argos have to figure out how to get past that Bomber defense, how to shut them down. Yeah, I'm in Winnipeg. I hope you don't mind me sitting. No, not at all, Michael. Absolutely. You are welcome to hang out. Here we go. Bombers going to run this one up. Almost to the first down line. Argos coming in to push back. It's going to be close depending on the spot. It looked like he got to about the 9. But depending on where they give the spot to, this very well could indeed be considered a first down. But a good hard run. A good hard run. And Dembski looks like he's in some pain. He's holding the family jewels as he's going to hobble off the field there. So it is going to be a first down. 1st and 10 at the Winnipeg 50-yard line. Tough run, hard run. Ball on the turf and just going. So good job. Just putting it all on the line. These guys just pumping it. Just pumping the action. All right, let's go. Let's do this one. Argonauts, show us what you got. 2nd and 5. Got to stop the Bombers. Of course, if you're a Bomber fan, you want to see it keep going. You want to see it keep driving. Here they go. They're going to run it, tucking it under the arm. Stopped. Didn't get to the first down marker, just about a yard short. Good run by the QB to tuck it under the arm and just drive that one through. Holy smokes. Really, really solid. That was unbelievable. He just tucked it under and went. That's right. Mega wants it to keep going. Time is going to start becoming an issue. I mean, the thing in the CFL, there is lots of time. 12:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Going to sneak this one over. That should be a first down Winnipeg. And it is. That's 3 times now, I believe, they've gone for that 3rd down conversion, and they've been successful. Argos better win tonight. I hope so. And Rob, thank you so much for helping out and making sure that things are working as expected. Clearly there's something going on, not outside on our end, but just on the backside. So 34-24 is the score. So we're almost at the full score. Nice little fluty flicker. Winnipeg again up, picking up 9 yards. So their drive is going right now. They are going. Rob says it's lagging again. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know what's going on. I'm watching. I have 0.1% dropped frames. So really, that's good. The kilobytes per second is good. Everything seems excellent standing. 60 FPS. So from a stats wise, it's good. So something must be going on their side. So 2nd and 1, they're going to get a little water break here. We got an injured player down. They'll clean that up, and we'll get this one along the way. The Argonauts, they were hoping to repeat what they did last weekend. Obviously not the case right now. They have not had a good game. Of course, special teams and defense really been dominating this one. Winnipeg has been something real special tonight. Really special. Thanks, Rob. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? There we go. The injured player making his way off the field. Tomorrow, SummerSlam. Can't wait. I'm going to be watching that tomorrow evening. Very excited. And then we're going to take a look at this week's baseball games. We'll get some things set up for next week. So I don't know. I meant to look at it before tonight's stream, but I didn't. So we'll look and we'll get some streams scheduled for this upcoming week. Seems to be okay, Jack. Seems to be okay. They know it's season and not training, right? Here they go again, trying to sneak this one over. And again, Winnipeg is successful. Winnipeg dominating on these short yardage plays where Toronto just cannot. Yeah, I'm so excited. Mega, have you been watching any of the Unreal episodes they've put out? I've watched the first 3 and they were great. I'm really enjoying that program. So I'm probably not going to do the Jays game tomorrow. I think, isn't it afternoon? No, I don't think I'm going to be doing the Jays tomorrow night. Because I want to watch SummerSlam. But we're going to get back to the Jays this upcoming week for sure. Back to snap. Winnipeg fakes the handoff, cutting to the right, long pass. Great sliding catch. Huge sliding catch as they move the chains yet again. Finally, our score is caught up to date. All the events are still coming through, but at least our score is up to date. Mega, it's a must watch. It is very, very cool. Yes. So Jack, we have primarily been a hockey channel. We will have you covered for the Leafs all season long. I'm biased, but I will say better than anybody else. All right, here we go. Back to snap. We didn't do a lot. Oh, Argos coming in with the blitz. There's a QB sack. Good job, Argonauts, as Judge comes in, gets that sack. That was huge. We didn't do a lot of hockey on the talk last season, but now we bought a new machine. We got everything set up here properly so we can do some proper streams. I started building some of our hockey stuff. Of course, none of the widgets are operational yet because there's no games. So we'll work to be continued, but yeah, we'll have lots of hockey all season long. David, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Winnipeg back to pass again. Another completion down to the Argo, probably about 26. So a nice work. The Bombers continuing to just pummel this, just putting the ball, driving it. Really, really solid play. How about the Oilers or Canes? So we'll get some Oilers games in. Problem with the Oiler games, especially last year, depending on the schedule, those 10:30 starts are brutal because by the time the games end, and I usually have to get up quite early in the mornings for real work. So those late Oiler games just crush me. But we will get a few of the earlier games in. And that's going to be another field goal. So 37-24, Winnipeg extending their lead, making it difficult. It's going to be a 3-score game. 3-score game, and they continue to push this along. Wow. Yeah, we'll get some Oilers. We'll have a lot of Leafs. We'll get some Panthers in there. Hurricanes, we probably, to be honest, probably won't do Canes games directly, but certainly when they're playing Toronto or some of the other teams, we'll pick those ones up. We'll be live for most of the Toronto games. There will be some exceptions, obviously, if we have scheduling conflicts or if I'm going to a game. I try to get to a couple games every year. So obviously I won't be streaming those games, but when we do go to the games, we will do, usually we do a pregame stream from the arena. So we'll stream the warm-ups and the shoot-arounds, all that stuff, and then stay with it through the anthems, and usually we'll end the stream at puck drop when the game starts. So we like to do a little bit of stuff from the arena as well. Sometimes we'll go to some other arenas like we did the last year, the year before, I can't remember now. We did a little tour of the Florida Panthers rink. We were down at the Amarant Bank Arena, and we did a live stream, kind of walk through the stadium and a little tour, ultimately ending up at our seats and streaming the warm-ups and stuff. So we try to do some unique things. We try to bring you some unique perspectives when we're at sporting events and do some different things like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for the fall. It's going to be wild. I'm trying to go to a game 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, it's always fun. Listen, anytime you get a chance, and I know going to see live sports is so expensive nowadays, but anytime you get a chance to go to a game, it's, for the most part, there's always lemons, right? You can't always have amazing experiences, but for the most part, it's really, really good, and it's such a different perspective to see games live. All right, let's go. Back in action. Argonauts, Arbuckle, deep pass, big catch, and a couple extra, almost to midfield. We got a flag on the play. Is this going to be coming back again as Coxie wheeled this one in? Nice catch and a couple of steps up to midfield. Big toss. Want to go to a Leaf game when Marner returns? Oh, yeah, with the Knights. That's going to be something wild. This was a really nice catch. So it is pass interference on Winnipeg, but it's declined. They're going to take the catch. So a nice job. 1st and 10 to the Toronto 54. Arbuckle starting to throw the ball now. The tickets are crazy. They are so expensive. Playoffs are nuts. Arbuckle running it up. He's going deep again. Got a man running. Great catch. Argos. Coxie going to run it in for the touchdown. Argos hitting the TD. Big catch. Huge catch. What a great catch. A couple long bombs from Arbuckle. That was massive. Nice catch, a little high step, and runs this one in. A massive play. Coxie, another TD. He's having a phenomenal season. He's had some big time catches here today, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point game, and with this kick it will be a 6-point game. 8 minutes left on the clock. 37-31 is the score. Wow. Unbelievable. They're going to go to break. Excuse me as I get tired. Pardon me. Pardon me. Huge touchdown. Wow, they're running it back. Lots of time. There is lots of time. This just got exciting. I mean, not that it wasn't exciting before, but holy smokes. Argonauts getting in there. Some good passing. Finally, some long bombs that connect. we take a look. Coxie, before that catch, had 122 yards. 122 yards. That one is going to extend it even more. So Coxie just really playing some huge football right now. Arbuckle stepping up and throwing the ball. I paid $100 for 17. That's pretty good. Those are great. Listen, I personally, when I'm going to games during the regular season, I like to sit a little bit higher so you can see the whole ice with no nothing obstructing your view. When we were in Florida, we sat for a game. We were like 6 rows up, and it was so cool. You were literally making eye contact with the players, but anything that went to the other side of the ice, you could barely see. You couldn't see. That's the trade-off, right? The lower you see, the more engaged and more interactive you feel, but you lose a big part of the ice. I wish I can go to an Argos game one day. Rob, whereabouts are you watching from, Rob? No, I'm just tired in general. I get up so early. It's been a long day. I love doing these games. Ask one question in the chat. You're for Oshawa. Yeah, of course, Rob. Absolutely. Ask away. Ask away. Oshawa. So that's not too bad. It's a little bit of a trek, but you can certainly get down to a game. All right, here we go. A little bit of a kick, not a great kick. It's going to hobble around. Argos are going to recover. Oh my goodness. Argos recover the kick. Argos recover the kick. Holy smokes. Are you kidding me? Wow. Holy. Yeah, Rob, absolutely. As long as it's appropriate. Wow. The Argonauts recover the kick. A 6-point lead. The Argonauts can have the ball back with phenomenal field position. And Rob, I really appreciate you asking, so thank you for that. The ball kind of bobbled. Winnipeg went down. They got a finger on it to touch the ball. And as soon as they do that, it's a live ball, and the Argos recover. So now the Argonauts, 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 37. Back to Arbuckle. He's looking. He's going to throw wide. And that is too far. Incomplete pass. Oh my goodness. Rob, we used to have a little Sheltie. I love Shelties. They're so cute. And a Golden. Goldens are really cute too. So a bad play call there. It's now going to be 2nd and 10. This crowd is getting loud. This is getting amped up. Argonauts with a glorious opportunity here. You got to get a good play. You know the Bombers defense is going to be coming in hard. Toronto needs to fend this one off. Back to snap. Arbuckle. He's got some time and space. A nice little pass. It's intercepted. Oh my goodness. Intercepted by Winnipeg, and they run it back to the 50-yard line. Oh, seriously. Argos, what are you doing? Now I don't have one. Now I don't have one anymore. We have fish. Arbuckle throwing this to Unger, who was wide open, who was standing there waiting for the ball, and instead of running back to get it, he stands there, and Winnipeg intercepts it. So after an amazing play from Toronto to recover that kick, special teams doing the job they had to do. Arbuckle, first throw, not near anybody, incomplete. Second throw, intercepted. How? Why? Unbelievable. What a crazy turn of events there. They had it. They were there, Argonaut fans. They were there, but Winnipeg just forces the bad play. Oh man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Well, let's see. There's still time left on the clock. They need a big stop here. Argos need a very big stop. Really important. We now pass 11:07 Eastern time. Game is ticking down. But it's anybody's game. It's so close. One score. If the Argos can hold it, they're still in this. We got lots of time. But it will start to become an issue. It will become an issue, but we got lots of time to work with here, Toronto. But a good job recognizing the opportunity. Unger sees them running, and what the defense does is they actually run in front. So instead of running behind, they curl in front of the receiver, which sets them up for a perfect interception. Unger doesn't see him in the peripheral vision. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have ran forward to try and grab that ball. But a couple of costly mistakes here. Bombers going to hand it off. They're going to run it up the middle. That's going to be a stop. It'll be about 2nd and 8 here. 6:45 to go. Major, what's going on? Oh, this is interesting now. Very interesting. So that's one good job. Argos need another good stop here. Arbuckle, I'm sure, would love to have those two throws back. Would love to have those two throws back. All white husky. Oh, I love huskies. Huskies are great. There's a snap. Back to pass. Going across the middle. Completed pass. And a nice tackle, but it's a first down. Winnipeg. 6 minutes now. 6 minutes now as the clock continues to tick away. As the Winnipeg Blue Bombers continue to work this ball. Unreal. When the Argos go back to, if the Argos should lose this football game, on their flight home to Toronto, they'll have a look at a lot of things that they could have done better in this football game. 1st and 10 for Winnipeg at the Toronto 50. Back to pass. They throw it to the line of scrimmage. Can they get to the first down marker? Pushed out just in front of it. So we'll have to see where the spot is going to be. I think this is going to be 2nd and 1. But we'll see where they put this one down. Thursday at the stadium. I really want to go. He's getting the key to the city. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Beverly. So Argonauts are hollering for flags procedure. Finally, we do see some flags. Winnipeg was trying to jump the gun, trying to run this one through. Thank you, Major. I appreciate that. Yeah, Beverly, I think that'll be so much fun. It'll be so cool. Just make sure you're up to it. Don't force yourself. So let's see. Was there an early jump? That's pretty close, but yes, procedure on Winnipeg. So repeat 2nd down. They're going to move that back a few yards. Dallas must be falling asleep. She disappears for long periods of time and comes back with the Go Argos. Dallas, are you dozing? 5:13 to go. 2nd and 5 now. Argos need a huge stop here. Ball on the Toronto 45. Lots of time. Winnipeg, great completion. Going to run this one up. 1st down and more. Bombers still working it up to the 30 and a big takedown. So the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are now within the Toronto field goal range. And we got a late flag. Hey, Ken, welcome in. Late flag. So it was a little sidearm throw, a nice little sidearm play. Running this one up, some good moving, some good juking and jiving to work this one up. But there was a late flag. I want to see, what was this late flag for? Joshua, that's funny. right? You fall asleep and you hear the cheering. You're like, what? Yeah, go team. Wait, no, not that team. 2 fouls. Unnecessary roughness, Winnipeg. Face mask, Toronto. Offsetting penalties. It's going to be first down. So Dinwiddie is over talking to the official. He's not happy with the call. Chatfield is not happy with the call. So where's... So interesting. Okay. Cancels each other out. 1st and 10, Winnipeg from the Toronto 26. Winnipeg now threatening to score. They are in field goal range. Another reception, picking up another 9 yards, getting close to the first down. The Toronto defense just not able to slow them down or stop them. They're continuing to just pummel this ball through. 4:24 to go. Now the clock is starting to run down. Should Winnipeg score again and make this a 2-possession game, a 2-score game, Toronto's going to be in a little bit of trouble. But they recovered that one kick. They just couldn't make anything happen. You've done that a few times. Yeah, it's getting tired. But this game is getting closer and closer. Toronto has lost a few games this year where it's been very, very close. Funny, apparently I just closed my my stand goal. Sitting here streaming for 3 hours has closed my stand goal on my watch. Apple, I think you need to look at that. They try to snake this one across. They've been very good on their short yardage plays for first downs. And they don't mind the time continuing to tick here on the clock. Winnipeg, let's see, did they get it across? Looks like they got it with ease from this camera angle from behind, but we've learned that camera angles can be deceiving. Dallas, they're so frustrating, but I get it. Listen, they went on such a tear. I'm okay for them to lose, but they've been losing by some big numbers. No, they say they didn't get it. All right, they're going to go again. This time they get it with ease. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Winnipeg again from the Toronto 12-yard line, I believe. Wow. Unbelievable as they continue to drive this one through. Continue to put the ball down. Winnipeg. Yikes. So 1st and 10 from the Toronto 14. I was close. I said 12. 3:10 to go. Time is definitely now running. We're going to get the 3-minute warning coming up. And the Argonauts are going to have to find their way. They need to stop, though. Treffler going deep, going for the end zone in the corner. It's a jump ball. Argonauts with the interception. Argonauts, it's McFadden with the interception in the end zone. He goes with the Statue of Liberty, jumps up the one-handed palm the ball catch for the one-handed interception. McFadden with a huge play right at the 3-minute warning. Holy smokes, the nose catch. Great catch, hangs onto it. And boy, oh boy, the Argonauts prevent the score. They give up the single point. Wow. Unbelievable. The interception in the end zone, that is probably the best case scenario the Argos could have hoped for, is a turnover. They now get a chance to go and score. They will come out, I believe they're going to start, if I'm not mistaken, at the 40-yard line. So they're going to have some good field position here to work with. They need a touchdown. They need a touchdown. And they have time to work with. 3 minutes on the clock is more than enough time to march this one downfield. They're going to need some big plays, smart play calling. And this is something Toronto has struggled with all evening tonight. Smart play calling, but they're going to make this one happen. This is about to get very, very interesting. I do want to take this time to say thank you to our mods. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for everybody who's found us tonight. Hit that follow or subscribe, hit those like buttons, share us out. Thank you so much for supporting our channel as we do what we do. We will have some more streams scheduled very, very soon as we check in with the Blue Jays, and hopefully they can turn their game around. But lots more action coming up this week. So we look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. All right, they're just coming back from commercial break. McFadden, kind of the hero right now with that interception in the end zone, able to get Toronto the ball back. 3 minutes on the clock. Argonauts, Arbuckle, do your thing. You can't turn this over. They lost. Yeah, it was a big loss. They've lost Joshua by a few big numbers, which is very unfortunate. Jays Royals again tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have a better showing tomorrow. Here comes Arbuckle from the Toronto 30, and another ball that's batted down. That's the third ball this quarter that has been batted down by the Winnipeg defense. Unreal. So Toronto gets the ball from their own 30, and another swatted down play. Wow. They do, Major. There will be a version of overtime. Yes. If it comes to that. 2nd and 10. Desperation now for Toronto. They need a first down here or to get it close. So many tipped and knocked down balls tonight. The Winnipeg defense has been solid. Back to pass. Here comes the defense. Another tipped pass. Another tipped pass. Unbelievable. The Winnipeg defense is the story of this football game. The amount of sacks, interceptions, fumble recoveries, tipped passes, rushed passes. The Winnipeg defense is on point. They have been solid. You can't do that, Arbuckle. Unbelievable. The hands are up. The hands are up. And a great tip. The Argonauts, they're going to punt this one away. They're going to hope to get the ball back. But they haven't been able to really stop Winnipeg. They're going to run it out of bounds. 2.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a one-score game. Winnipeg just needs a hat trick. They're going to need something. Unreal. The amount of opportunities that Toronto has had to make something happen, and they just can't do it. Big kudos to the Winnipeg defense. They have been monsters tonight. I'm so impressed with how they've been playing. Zach Collaros, their starting quarterback, is injured, not in this game. And they have been finding ways to score every which way. Now, this is a big series. Quick outlet pass to the line of scrimmage and picking up about 5-6 yards. So putting them in a good spot, 2nd and 5 or 6, depending on the spot. Quick passes, so they're going to give them 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Winnipeg is moving the ball very quickly. Toronto has not been able to stop them. The Argos defense needs to step up a big stop here. You can't keep letting Winnipeg get first down after first down after first down. Stuhler is getting set. Watching that play clock. It's under 10, under 7. There's the snap. Fake the handoff. Lots of time. He wants to run, and he's trying to scooch free. He gets wrapped up and taken down. Huge play by the Argos defense. Another sack. Lehner the second going to take him down with 2 minutes left to go. Winnipeg is going to punt this one away. So Toronto will get the ball back. Not in great field position, but they will get the ball back. Can we see Jerry Grant get something going? Can he get a big run? The Argonauts need to find something. The defense has given them the stop they've needed. Let's see how this one turns around now. It's a 1-score game, but it has to be a touchdown. A field goal at this point doesn't do much. We got a timeout called. They're going to regroup. 2 minutes exactly. Winnipeg 47. So the Argonauts going to get this back. Unger the third. Why is he back? Grant back as well. So they're going to kick this really deep. Huge kick, putting it towards the corner. There's Grant. He catches it. Grant cutting towards the middle. Grant trying to break free, but he gets hogtied and taken down. So 1:49 to go. Grant can't break free. Winnipeg has 2 returns for touchdowns. They scored 14 in the first, 17 in the second, and they just had 3 in the third and 3 in the fourth. So the defense for the Argos has played much better in the second half. But those first 2 quarters hurt them big time. The Argonauts behind the gun now, looking to try and get something going here. 1:49 to go. The last possession, they had 2 tipped balls. What is it going to be here? Here goes the motion. Arbuckle back to pass. Here comes the blitz. He gets it off, and it's knocked down. Incomplete pass. Daniels couldn't hold that one. Couldn't bring it in. Nichols up. So an incomplete pass. He got rid of it quickly, but boy, oh boy, the defense came in quickly. He unloaded that. Had to go sidearm. Daniels just couldn't wheel in that rocket. That's a tough catch. He had 4 guys all around him. So real tough pass. 2nd and 10. Toronto needs a big play here. Arbuckle sends the motion, gets the ball, looking. Here comes, he's in trouble, and he gets knocked down again. Another knockdown pass. Winnipeg, unbelievable. Nuki, thank you so much for the follow. Another knockdown play by the defense of Winnipeg. Unreal. They are not letting Arbuckle get anything off. It's now 3rd and 10, and at this point, you have to go for a pass. You have to go for a pass. The odds of Arbuckle connecting are so low. But with 1:40, you can't afford to give Winnipeg the ball back. They are going for it. 3rd and 10. This is for the game. Arbuckle back to pass. What are you doing? Throw the ball. He does. And it's knocked down. Incomplete pass. Unger the third, not able to reel that one in. Didn't like that play call at all. That's a turnover on downs. He wants a challenge. Unger wants a challenge on this one. Let's see. Was there contact? He cuts across the middle. Yes, there is contact on the left arm. He grabs the left arm. This should be pass interference. Throw the flag. At this point, you got nothing to lose. Hey, Brandon. The Argonauts are not challenging the play. A mistake from Dinwiddie. Hamilton. Winnipeg going to run this one up the middle. They're going to run this clock down. They're already in field goal range. So Toronto, the only way they're going to get out of this is if they can force a turnover again. They recovered a pass or a kick. They punted away on the kickoff. They recovered the ball and 2 blocked knockdowns. They couldn't do anything, or an incomplete pass and a knockdown. Toronto then got the ball back again, an interception in the end zone, 2 knockdown passes. Defense comes up with a big stop. They get the ball again, and 2 big plays by the defense. This defense has been outstanding. McManus, a big stop there. Should be a 2-minute no challenge rule next year. Mega, I think it should kind of be the opposite. I think the league should challenge out like every play, not every play, but you know what I mean. The league should take their time to review. We've seen so many mistakes called. The league should take it all under control. Hey, Astro, what's going on? So they're up to 31. They did not score a touchdown in this quarter. So here goes a Winnipeg field goal. This is up, and that's good. So it's going to be 40. There's flags, though. We got flags. So even if it's declined, Toronto, again, it's a 2-score game now. If they go up to 40 points, the official's having a conversation about what the flag is. It's not going to be a turnover. Joshua, yeah, it's just bad. Yeah, Nuki, it got real close. They got real close. Yeah, Astro, they played well. But the Winnipeg defense dominated. Winnipeg defense and Winnipeg special teams wins this game. So it's an illegal formation on Winnipeg. They're going to move back 5 yards. So Toronto's only hope is that they can get a block here. So they're going to kick it again, and it's going to be a block. So can they get a block? There's only 42 seconds left to go. Welcome in, everybody. For those that are just joining us for the finale, let's see what happens. Here's the snap. Cannot get the... Why did McFadden stop running? He had the corner, and he completely stopped running. The field goal is good. That's going to make it 40-31 with 38 seconds left to go. If you're just coming in and joining us, make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button so you can get notified and join us next time we go live, whether it's for Blue Jays baseball or Argonauts football. But the Winnipeg defense, really the story of this game. They have been outstanding. They have been very, very good. You got to give them credit. Got to give them credit. I want to thank all the mods for doing what you do. I want to thank all of our new viewers who found us tonight and have subscribed or followed along. Thank you to our loyal viewers that come in and hang out. We appreciate you all so very, very much. For those that we haven't actually met yet, my name is Sam. I am from the Toronto area. Love my Toronto sports. And I appreciate and like hanging out with all of you. All right, 38 seconds to go. Winnipeg's going to kick this one off. Toronto is going to get the ball back, but there's just not enough time unless they get a quick score and can recover the ball again. Received up to the 20. Jarian Grant, he's going to get taken down about the 40-yard line, 35-yard line, taken down hard, pushing and shoving along the sideline. Some exception taken as Jarian Grant was slammed to the turf very, very hard. Times myself calls a play a few moments before they do. Danny, it's funny. There used to be a game you could play called, it was like NTN football, where you'd be at a bar and you'd pick, are they going to run or pass? And is it going to be short, medium, or long range? And you get points for how correct you were. I used to love playing those games. I don't know if they still have that. 30 seconds to go on the clock. 9 points. Just not possible for the Argos. Back to snap. Arbuckle looking deep. He's going to run it up. He's going way downtown. And a huge catch. Coxie comes up with a huge catch. Going to run this, and he's forced out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. What a huge catch. Yeah, Joshua, that would be awesome. That would be very cool. Thank you, Major. I appreciate that. Huge catch by Coxie. He's picking up crazy yards tonight. Big battle back and forth, and he just dives out to make this huge catch. So Winnipeg challenging for offensive pass interference. Now, Coxie was called earlier in this game for offensive pass interference, but that was a monster catch. Listen, let's see if they're going to overturn this one or not. Coxie has 235 yards before this catch. 235, 2 TDs, and only 9 receptions. Huge game for Coxie. Oh, I didn't know that. So he kind of shoves the guy off of him, but they were battling for positions. Wow. The way the Argos have been going, this will probably get called back. But there's contact, both guys battling here, pushing on each other. Yikes. Tough play. Hey, Jesse. Here's the call. Yeah. Offensive pass interference against Toronto. They're going to bring this one all the way back. So that's going to be negated. Again, close call. Both of them battling. Yeah, it's been a little while. Jesse, we were away on vacation for a little bit. Now just getting right back into it. I agree, Mega. I agree. Yeah, Jesse. Oh, how do they go from being so hot to being so cold? It's crazy. So Coxie trying to watch on the board, trying to see the replay. But that's a tough play. Tough call. And listen, truth be told, even if they receive it, they still have to score. 17 seconds left to go. So he's had like 15 and 14. Yeah, 15 games in 14 days. Crazy schedule. So back to pass. I'm going to try and do it again. Here comes the defense. Little pass up the middle. Coxie going to rush it up. Doesn't quite get a first down. The clock is just going to run out. 10 seconds is left when they blow this one in. It's going to run down. Good that the Yankees lose. That's true. Keep those Yankees losing. Archie, how's it going? It is pretty much over. 5 seconds to go. First down Argos as Daniels hauls it in. He's going to step out of bounds with 1 second. Now it's strike 0. Technically, there's one play left, but the officials say no. They give the signal. This game is done. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers defeat the Argonauts 40-31. A little revenge matchup. Arbuckle. Well, let me see. Is this fully up to date now? The stats have been very slow to update. So Arbuckle ends up 22 for 39, 327 yards, 2 TDs and an interception. Streveler goes 17 for 21, 173 yards, 3 interceptions. So Arbuckle definitely had some of the better numbers, but 22 for 39 is just really bad. Really bad. The defense had a ton of knockdown balls. A ton of knockdown balls. The Argonauts had 5 sacks for the Argonauts tonight. Only 2 sacks for the Bombers. But the Bombers definitely knocked down a ton of balls, which was absolutely amazing. Congratulations, Winnipeg. That was huge. NBA is garbage. Yeah. Teach their own, Archie. Teach their own. All right, so that's going to do it. Winnipeg is taking out the trash as the Toronto Argonauts can't get it done. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. This has been a lot of fun. Until next time, thanks for watching. We will be all over. So hit that subscribe, hit that follow. Have a great night. Have an amazing weekend. And if I don't see you this weekend, we'll see you next week for sure. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Good night. I'm going to bed. Thanks, Mega. Thanks, Dallas. Thanks, Joshua and Jesse. And thanks, Rob. Appreciate you all. And Beverly staying up late with us. Good night and take care.